typically the way that Rob and I do these like top 10 ones, because I don't think you and I have really done it like this before.
We've never done a top 10. No.
Is that he'll go? We'll say hello.
Mm-hmm.
I have something I need to say before we actually start talking about the top 10.
Okay.
And then you'll do 10, I'll do 10. You'll do 9, I'll do 9. When we get to 3, like 4 and 3, after 4,
yeah,
we'll do any kind of like honorable mentions if you have any, and then we'll do 3, 2, 1.
So by the way, my top 10 isn't in any particular order.
Then you can just do them and just have them be your top 10, but we'll still go 10, 9, 10, 9, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. But they don't have to actually be in an order. You can just disclaim that at the beginning of it.
Got it.
Like,
okay.
Mine's not in any order. Mine kind of is. Doesn't really matter. It's just a podcast.
We just alternate. Okay.
Yeah. That way it doesn't get where one of us is just sitting a long time. You know?
I get that.
And then we can, and I think we'll have some overlap, but I know for a fact we won't have much because of the bands that I picked, or some of them you won't even know. So,
okay.
Oh yeah, dude, this is going to piss off a lot of people. So, yeah, my list is fun. I'm excited about this podcast. So,
bro, I live for the haters.
Me too. At this point, I don't even care, man. I'm just trying to hit 15,000 of them.
The fucking haters fuel me,
bro. They bother me every now and then. I can be honest enough to admit that. But it's like overall, I don't even look at the comments anymore.
In the beginning, for the first couple of videos we did, I remember I would get kind of hurt a little bit.
No, that's what it feels like.
And then I'm like, oh, dude, like, am I a poser? Like, did I like not do my research? Like, do I just? And then finally, I'm like, you know what? These are just dorks on YouTube fucking commenting on a
these
video.
Are like little incel nerds.
Yeah, I'm like, bro.
Here's the deal, dude, and I don't mean this with any shade at all, because I know he's gonna see this whenever I say it. But like,
yeah,
if Micah can like chill and be cool and not run his mouth, being as young as he is, anybody can. So if they're not, then I don't care, because Micah's kind of he's a kid still. He talks and behaves kind of like a kid still, right?
He's a kid. Yeah,
there's nothing wrong with that. But he's not like malicious with what he says. He's just like, oh, I like this. This is my favorite. This is the best. I like, but that's it. It's like maybe a little inflammatory at the worst, right?
Yeah.
Well, dude, you're telling me that a 14-year-old is more mature than all you guys? Then fine. Then I won't let it bother me, because you can't let it if
Yeah.
Yeah. But before we get going, I wanted to say something that so Valhalla Cinema, they're like good friends of mine, and Kevin and me are like real close. He's actually the dude that's coming out with me to October.
Yeah.
And so, have you ever seen any of their footage that I put up?
No.
Okay, so if you ever watch any of it, I've filmed like 4 of their sets, but I think I've actually uploaded at least 2. I know I did their record release show, and I think I did one more that I actually uploaded. But they're always wearing like khakis and a button down and like casual tennis shoes. All of them. They have like collared shirts on, and I always assumed that they were just getting off of work and coming straight to the venue, right? Because that's the only thing that made sense to me. Is I was like, well, the doors open at 7. They all work in town. They're probably just getting off of work and coming straight to the show, and it just is what it is, right? And so I'm talking to Kevin today, and he's like, "Oh no, dude, like that." He's like, "I got dozens of band tees. It's intentional. We wear work clothes to shows." Because it's so stupid, and I knew you might appreciate this. They're like, it's so dumb that you have to look a certain way to be punk, and you have to have a mohawk, or you have to have a studded jacket. And he's like, so we just don't do it. We're not gonna do it because we have good songs. And he's like, and if you ask Kevin questions, he's gonna have the knowledge too. So like, you don't go up there playing no funky shit with that guy, because he'll make you look dumb.
Yeah,
he's really, but he's not on purpose. He's not like trying to be mean, but he just knows a lot, right? And so it's just funny because for the last. I mean, we've only been friends for a short while, but the whole time I've been like, "What's up with the gear on stage?" Like I wear shorts and a t-shirt. Like I'm not afraid to do that, but like they look like they're wearing work clothes because they are. It's by design.
I like.
They're just kind of like trying to. It actually works because they stand out because of it. And I've already heard a few people like talk about the guys that look like they're in like casual work attire, and it's like, yeah, that's fine.
I gotta be honest. I always thought the guys that looked cooler in bands were the guys that were like a button-up like. Shirt, a black shirt that was tucked in to some like jeans, like black jeans with the belt, like some cool shoes on, some boots, with like cool, like kind of like styled hair, playing guitar. That looked cooler to me than some guy with the mohawk, fucking.
Stop it, dude!
Looking like a goober. I swear to God.
So while I understand what Valhalla Cinema does, mohawks are awesome. All right,
that's fine. I mean, I don't have anything against them.
I just don't think that. I mean, like a dude up there looking like a. Dude, the image you painted in my head right now,
the post-punk kind of like style of like looking dude, kind of like dark, kind of gothy,
like college dorks.
No, not like a college dork, like some guy
Got
that
a
knows how
button
to.
down, a black T-shirt, tucked in some jeans.
Yeah, that's awesome, man. That's
That is
fucking style.
college
Have you
dork.
seen, dude? Skinheads dress very similarly. Have you seen the
No,
way
you
they
didn't
dress?
say like Fred Perry, some braces.
I mean, it
fresh
doesn't even have to be
cropped,
braces,
and some-
dude. Not all skinheads are wearing braces and shit.
Okay, then a Ben Sherman tucked in with some nice jeans, cuffed in some boots that are
They
shiny.
were
It's
fucking
not the
cardigan
same.
sweaters, man. Like, for fuck's sake, that's
Yes,
not cool.
but it's not the same. Like
All right,
at least not the picture I got in my head. You painted a picture of
I'll
like.
give you another. You know, I'll send you some pictures later about.
Please
like,
do. I'm very eager to see what these pictures look like.
But you know, like when I you know, as I get older, I kind of want to like look cooler. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. I have hundreds of band shirts, like
Yeah.
with fucking like logos on them. You know,
Me too.
like fucking Hanes Beefy T, fucking.
Yeah,
like,
I
all up in
probably
that
have
shit.
like a couple hundred at this point.
And
But,
I'm
like,
just like, okay,
I don't want to look cooler, man. I just want to wear what I wear. I just for
Yeah,
comfort.
no.
Here's the thing: is I've already got my own little style because I've had the same. I've looked the
Yeah.
same my whole life, and so like people always know exactly if you describe me, they're like, oh, that's probably Randall. Like because I always wear the exact same stuff, so I kind of have like my own look, and it's pretty typical. It's not super out there or anything.
Dude, I was telling my buddy from Houston about you. He's a really good friend of mine. He's a skinhead. He's a Chinese dude. His name's Oliver Yan. He's from Houston.
I might have. I think I may know him.
He's younger. He's about 30, maybe 38.
Hold on.
But
is he on Facebook?
because I was showing him you. I was like, dude, check him out because it was Sunday night and you were doing the stream. I'm like, do you know this guy?
Does he know who I am?
No, he doesn't.
No, huh?
And I'm like, dude, this guy's been around like the Houston punk scene for a
long time.
So I'm like, he's a bit older than you, but you know, you would have known. I mean, he moved out to California a long time ago.
So he lives there now.
Yeah. He lives in Oakland.
Man, I wish. Send me a picture of what he looks like.
I will.
If you get a chance, dude. I'm curious. Wait a minute. Is it Oliver Yan?
Yeah. He's like a Chinese.
Is it that guy?
That's the guy. Yeah, that's my buddy.
Bro,
how do you know?
Me.
Really?
Yeah. He may not remember me, but if we talked for 10 minutes, he would be like, "Oh, yeah." Because you got to remember, like, first off, I'm a little heavier than I used to be. I'm sober and I don't have hair. I used to have hair. I used to be on drugs, and I used to be like 40 pounds.
But how do you remember him?
I looked him up on Facebook, and he knows what people I know, and I was like, I immediately recognized his face.
Okay, so he knows people you know too. Okay,
yeah, so like I don't think we were like buddies, but I know we were around the same people.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
But knows me, I just mean like he knows. Like if we talked for a little while, I guarantee you I could say a few things that he'd be like, "Oh yeah, I was definitely at that." Like,
he was also super young when you.
Yeah, I think he might have been friends. I wonder if he was friends with my buddy Michael. I have a friend named Michael who's like 10 years younger than me, also a skinhead dude.
Yeah,
from Houston. But probably. You said Asian skinhead guy. And I knew this is exactly what you were talking about because I've only met like
how many are there, right?
5 my whole life, and I think 3 of them were in LA. Like
he's a super good cat though. He's a cool dude.
That's dope. All right,
yeah, I'll tell him that you know him.
Just tell him I recognize his face.
Yeah,
just say it like that because that's probably the more accurate.
Yeah. Recognize him.
Let's see here.
All right, cool. Let's rock and roll this shit.
All right. What's up, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to the Punk Rock Review Podcast. So this is going to be a fun episode. This is kind of something that Rob and I typically do, but I threw it out to Nitty just because he has a lot going on, and I thought this would be a little easier for us to do than listening to an album 3 or 4 times, writing some notes. We still may want to have something jotted down, but this is more or less our favorite stuff. So we're talking about our top 10 hardcore bands. Now, here's the thing. This is, in fact, a definitive list. And if you do not agree, you're wrong. And since that's ridiculous, obviously I'm not serious, right? So it's not that at all, man. This is our list, our favorite bands.
Sure.
Let me just go ahead and say it, dude. Like, I'll spoiler alert, man. Like, I don't have Black Flag on my list. I don't have Gorilla Biscuits on my list. There's a lot of bands that I don't have on my list because it's just the bands that I listen to. Now, keep in mind, I'm not. I don't have like Knocked Loose. I don't have Hatebreed on my list. I'm not like a hardcore kid. I listen to hardcore quite a bit, and back for a long time, Texas had a really strong hardcore scene and not very strong punk scene. So all the punk rock guys, we all kind of transitioned into hardcore. and stayed there for a while. I kind of grew to love it. I still go to hardcore shows. But I've always been at my core a punk rock fan, right? So there's just bands that I never really listened to a whole lot, and it wasn't out of disrespect. I just never got into them. But there's also going to be bands that might surprise you on this list. I mean, I'm going out to California in a couple of months to go see Integrity, Judge, and Earth Crisis. I wouldn't fly to California to do that if I didn't like hardcore. So, like, right. I'm not an expert on the genre. Let me just put that. That's the way I should say it. I'm not.
That show's going to be insane. By the way,
it's going to be wild, bro. I cannot wait, and I get to go hang out with you. Like I'm going with Nitty. It's going to be nuts. Dude. And Kevin from Valhalla Cinema. Shout out Kevin from Valhalla Cinema. He's going to be hanging out with us, dude.
At Gilman too, of all places.
At Gilman, bro. What are we talking about?
I know, man? History in the making.
Yeah. So, anyways, what's up, Nitty? How's your day going, man?
I think things are great. Things have been pretty stressful lately, but they're starting to come together. I found a place to live today, finally.
My man's been homeless for like 4 months, bro.
I've been up to, bro. I'm doing this actually in a McDonald's bathroom right now. You don't.
Yeah,
you don't
dude.
realize.
He's gonna. He had dinner at Soup Kitchen 43 consecutive days.
Thank you, Food Not Bombs. No. I just my lease is up in October, and trying to find housing in the Bay Area is pretty
far less dramatic to a degree, I guess. And finding the housing out there is probably sucky.
Yeah, you're right. But no, anyway, so that's cool. Otherwise, just same old shit.
Okay. So before we get going,
I
got a little spiel to make here, right? I wasn't kidding about the Texas like having a strong hardcore scene, and it was like a natural progression to go that way, just because of the people that I knew. So I've been in the mix with punk and hardcore my whole life essentially at this point, because I was only like 22 or so when I got introduced to hardcore. I think I was 22, right? And I already knew a bunch of bands. I just didn't realize there was a difference. Like back then, I didn't understand that Sick of It All and Agnostic Front weren't just punk bands. So like that's what the guys were telling me. Like, oh, you already like hardcore bands, you just didn't realize it. And I'm like, what? They're like, yeah. And I mean, Hatebreed I knew I kind of just thought they were a metal band back then, honestly. But what I wanted to say is that I want to shout out to specifically this guy named Willow. He's like a barbecue wizard, okay? But when I was young, he owned, operated, and ran Hate Tank Productions. They put on, if you were coming through Houston and you were any kind of band at all, you went through Hate Tank, and I worked for him for a little while, and he did a lot of favors for me and helped me out a lot, introduced me to a lot of people, and every time I see him to this day, he says a big smile on his face, gives me a big hug. But Willow and Hate Tank Productions, I just had to like salute those guys. Without them, I probably wouldn't have been to even a third of the shows I got to go to, because when I didn't have any money, I still got to. He would just like, hey, help me flyer, I'll let you in. I'm like, all right, bet.
Nice.
And then every year we had a thing called Fallcore. Fallcore is to this day, to right now, today, that is my bar for like, was a local show good? Like, did they do a local fest right? Was it like, it was local bands, bro? It's Texas bands.
I have a question. The guy's name is Willow, and the event's called Fallcore. Okay, I was like,
dude, that would be so dope.
I'm just like, yo, there's like too many parallels between.
That'd be so amazing. Honestly,
certain movies here. We got
Willow. If you start up another thing, we got to do Fallcore Fest.
Anyway, keep going. Sorry.
And then, so without taking too much more time, I want to shout out a few people, man. 10 Crowns. That's Ryan from Liberty and Justice, like old band. I was the original singer for that band. I never even went to a practice. There was a bunch of drama. I got kicked out. Ryan got brought in. We became friends. I don't hold no grudges. I don't care, because the album they put out is like one of my favorites. Die Young, they're still active to this day. Shout out Daniel. And my boy James that played drums for a long time. Grave Robbers from South Houston. The first album I ever put out was a hardcore record. It was Grave Robbers from South Houston. Full Contact, the second album I ever put out. Will to Live, Bitter End, MDC, Big Boys, Your Mistake, The Burden, Iron Age, Fight Pretty, My Luck, Blood Ties, Phantom Pains. These are all bands that I saw many, many, many times. These are all people that I consider friends and family.
Nice.
I love these bands. And then just just because we're talking hardcore bands, these are the like more modern bands that I know of and listen to that are like Texas hardcore bands. We've got Strange Joy, we got Dream Shake, which isn't around anymore, but their stuff that they have on record is freaking awesome. Juice Box, female fronted like hardcore band.
They're dope.
Awesome, dude. And then we have Pack Mentality, which is a pretty new band. Shout out Jason Friedman. That's my dog.
I've heard of them. They're pretty dope.
Dude, yeah. Jason did my head tattoo. And then, of course, Valhalla Cinema, because they're probably the hardcore band that I listen to the most. And they're like a real old school style, like hardcore, punk hardcore. Like, Kevin has, like, honestly taught me so much stuff in the past, like, year that because, like, I'll just pick his brain for information, ask him questions, like, because he just knows stuff that I don't know. Anyways, Texas is a beautiful place, man. We got a thriving scene down here. We always have. And we're like our own little country. It's weird. And I don't mean that in some kind of pretentious way. Like, I wish more people would come. I wish we could get out more. But Texas hardcore I may need to just do a whole video on it, man. And I don't even know that I'm the guy to do it. I'll try. But I mean, there's so many bands that I didn't even mention, bro. But those are all the bands that I love that I went and saw. Well, obviously I didn't see MDC Big Boys, but outside of that, these are all bands that I've seen and love. So yeah, without further ado, let's talk about our favorite hardcore bands.
Okay, let's do it.
Nitty, you meant to say earlier that his list is in no particular order. Mine actually is 10 through 1.
And just as a little prologue to this conversation, growing up and being involved in punk and liking punk, I never really understood the difference between hardcore and punk. You know, I didn't really separate the two things. You know, I know damn well that hardcore is its own genre, but I always kind of tend to classify things in terms of hardcore punk, you know, in my mind, because I never really gravitated toward pure hardcore music. Although there was a few bands that I did like that fell into that genre in that vein. The majority of my list is going to be hardcore punk bands, right? Or things that are kind of more adjacent to maybe punk in the family tree of hardcore music, if that makes sense.
Buddy.
So,
look, dude, when you hear my list, it's all the same to me, man. I've said this a million times.
Yeah, I don't
consider them different. It's hardcore. And if you're too heavy or you don't have enough punk in your music, you're not a hardcore band. You're a metal band. And if that bothers you, I don't care. Tell me how much I'm a poser in the comments, please. Go for it. I don't care. I'm also going to wear a No Effects shirt while talking about this. Like, I don't care. Like, if you don't like it, then you're not obligated to watch the video, man.
And yes, you're right. My list is in no particular order, so this isn't like my number 10 through like. So
mine is in order. Mine's in 10 through 1, but whatever. It doesn't really matter. This is just a podcast, man.
All right.
So also, look, man, if you really like the Knocked Loose style stuff, like, I'm not even tripping, but like, that's not, to me, that's just a metal band, right? So you know, whatever, talk some shit, man. Like, I don't care. Like, orf, okay, like, whatever. Like.
We actually want the haters to go hard in this video.
Please,
in these comments.
Come at me, dude.
I'm inviting the hate. This is the most hardcore video we're gonna make. Like,
yeah, dude. Like crowd kill us both, please.
Crowd kill the shit out of this video.
Spin kick me into my face. I don't care.
All right, you want to go first?
No, guest goes first, sir.
Oh, okay. Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Well, this is my favorite hardcore punk band of all time.
You're starting with your favorite of all time?
We've talked about them before. Actually, no, fuck that. I'll save them for last.
Dude, please don't do it first, man. That's crazy. That was a wild, dude. That was a very careless, that was careless behavior.
I'm just so eager to talk about them, you know.
I understand that.
I think that I wanted to bring up a band that I don't know too much about, but I think really influenced a lot of the type of hardcore punk I like, which is a lot of the UK 82 kind of crusty metallic stuff. Discharge.
Okay, I knew you. Okay, I was.
Discharge is, I mean, you can't have that conversation about hardcore punk without talking about them. You know, I mean, they set the tone for what metallic hardcore is in a lot of ways, and very early on in the early 80s. If they didn't exist, there'd be no Cro-Mags, you know, for instance. And I think that they were a seminal band that really influenced New York hardcore to kind of, you know, take its own course and shape. So
they affected a lot of bands outside of punk. I mean,
metal too. Yeah. And Metallica. Yeah.
Discharge is one I expected you to bring up. Do you have any albums that you like? Like, so here, let me preface this with, like, I also am with you on the fact that like some of these bands, I just like their music. I don't even know a bunch about them. It's not about what I know about the band. It's do I like the music? Was I influenced by it? Did it affect me? Did it bring me
Right.
out to shows? So with a band like Discharge, I like quite a bit of their music. I don't know a lot about them. Like I've just
Sure.
that's never been the way I've ingested music. It's not on purpose. It just kind of is what it is. But
Yeah.
so
I
do you
mean,
have some stuff you like by them, like specifically?
hear nothing, see nothing, say nothing. Obviously,
Right.
is one of their big ones. Their most recent one, End of Days, is actually pretty fantastic too. That came out in 2016 on Nuclear Blast.
Really?
On
I didn't know they had something that recent.
a metal label, yeah.
Oh,
But again,
I don't know if it's a reissue or not. I don't know the dates on their stuff, but anyway, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off like that.
that's okay. It's okay. Just like something I wanted to mention about this topic, this conversation we're having is that like I don't necessarily I came up with the most important hardcore punk bands to me in terms of like objectively, I think their impact in a lot of ways. So this list kind of goes over what I consider to be objectively important bands and bands that I personally love. So I feel like
that's what it should be though. It shouldn't be anything but that. Like when I composed mine, like my list is weird, dude, because it's not even like even if I said what I thought were the best hardcore bands, I don't know that my list would be the same. The best hardcore bands and my favorite hardcore bands are not really they're not the same list.
That's kind of what I was getting at. Yeah.
Yeah. So like when you get down in the middle of my list, people will be like, there'll be bands people recognize and probably love, but they're gonna be like, oh, that's that high on your list, huh? Yeah, just oh, you're missing that. This band didn't make it the cut. Oh, that's crazy. And it's just because it's what was important to me personally.
Totally.
Yeah, Discharge is rad. I think that I kind of am a vacationer. I like the stuff that is more popular because that's what I've heard. But I will say that just about everything that I've ever heard from them, I was like, ooh, I like that. Like, so I can't imagine that they've got a bunch of stuff that I don't like, but I could be wrong.
Well, they do have a lot of albums. So
yes, they do.
There's a lot of stuff.
Is one that I like a lot.
Never Again is a song. Yeah, but
no, it's an album. Yeah, it's got like 20 songs on it.
I'm looking at their studio albums, and it doesn't seem.
Is that not an album? Studio album? It says it's.
It's a compilation album.
Oh, is that why? That must be why. It probably has a bunch of their more popular stuff on
it.
Yeah,
and that's one of their more popular albums too. But again, they have a
got the dove on the front of it.
Exactly. A discography that spans between 1980. Well, they started playing in like 80 or 81. The first record came out in 82. And then they had one in 86, and then they had one in 91 and 93 and 2002. So I don't know. We'll see about those ones in the middle. Sometimes the early 90s for a lot of bands wasn't the best time period.
True.
Just because like sonically, I think at that time we were coming out of the 80s, and it was a weird time for music in general. But I'll give it a chance. So anyway, that's one of my bands.
All right, so I did go in order. So my number 10. I mean, whatever.
Cool. No.
I like to put things in order. It's fine by me. I don't care. We don't have to do it the same way.
I'm going to mess up those numbers. I'm going to scramble them up.
Dude, we've been talking over each other. There's so much background noise. Dude, this is going to sound like shit. This whole episode's going to piss people off. I'm just waiting until that's done. All right. I don't know. Did you mute it or something?
I muted it. Just go.
Okay. Okay, cool. So I also heard Parker talking in the background a minute ago, and it just was making me like, dude, go in the living room. But I don't want to kick him out of here because he's 4. But yeah. So my number 10 is from New York. They've been around. Well, I don't even think they are around anymore. Maybe they are. I don't know. I haven't seen anything about this band in a little while. But they're like a 90s band. Kill Your Idols from New York is my number 10. They're just like really fast, very aggressive, very much hardcore punk. If you had to, differentiate between the two genres. The first time I heard this band, I was like, what is this? Like, I just was like, this dude's so pissed off. And it really just spoke to me. They have specifically 2 albums that I like. Again, most everything I've heard out of their catalog, but they have 2 albums that I've always had in my collection. I've listened to them a lot. And that would be Funeral for a Feeling and From Companionship to Competition, excuse me. Those 2 records are both basically front to back bangers. There's nothing on them that's not any good. They have a little bit of breakdowns in their music, but like when I think of hardcore, I don't necessarily think of breakdowns, even though that became like a staple in hardcore, which I don't have a problem with it at all. I don't think a song has to have a breakdown to be a hardcore song. So a lot of their stuff is just really fast. And so like their breakdown parts will be the same tempo as most bands like verse, like or chorus. Yeah. It's not like chugga chugga tune, tune, none of that Jun Jun stuff, which is fine. I like some of the Jun Jun stuff. We'll talk about that more in a little while. But Kill Your Idols is a band that I absolutely love. I've never been able to see them play live, and I really, really would like to one day. What is your thoughts on Kill Your Idols?
They were on my list.
Let's go.
Of course, Kill was.
Knock that one off. We'll talk about that one with you too.
Yeah. So I might as well talk a little bit about Kill Your Idols too. They're one of my favorite hardcore punk bands. Also, I think they have a very like new school sound to them, and they're also at times melodic. They're just great. Their songs are really, really visceral. They have a quality to them that's really kind of appealing and like magnetic in a lot of ways in terms of like the way they like write and execute music. My favorite album by Kill Your Idols has to be oh man, what's it called? It's the black one with the skull on the cover.
Does it have their band name real big in white letters?
Yeah, the song Autumn is on it. It's called
No Gimmicks Needed.
No Gimmicks Needed. If I strongly suggest you check that album out. It's a fucking banger.
I think I have that record. I just haven't like spent the same amount of time that I have with the other 2 because after a while I start buying stuff I don't have yet.
Yeah.
And I just don't get as familiar. It's like somebody that loves Rancid but's never heard, Troublemaker or something.
Right. So Kill Your Idols started in like 1995. So they were kind of that like, I guess you can say maybe even like third wave of hardcore coming out of New York. But they were definitely more on the punk side of things. And the guitar player, Gary Bennett, played in Sheer Terror also at the same time.
Oh, word?
Yeah, for a while.
That's
for like
crazy.
A little while. Yeah, he was in Sheer Terror and Kill Your Idols. So a lot of those guys, Vinny Value, the drummer, was in Token Entry. He was in Warzone.
Warzone. I don't know much about Token Entry, but Warzone I do.
Yeah. So they're just, kind of in that family, but they drew a lot of influences from a lot of the West Coast kind of punk stuff.
Dude, I didn't know they were from New York until like way after I was a fan of them.
They have, they definitely draw a lot of like 7 Seconds kind of influence and maybe even like some I don't know, Descendants kind of stuff. So they definitely drew their influences from a lot of the more melodic sounding stuff, which I enjoy. That's
what sets them apart a little bit is that, once I realized where they were from, it kind of made sense. I could start hearing things that reminded me of East Coast music, but from the get-go, I didn't know that. And so what I liked about them is that their recordings, I really like the sound of their records. That's going to be a common thing throughout the entire list that I have. Most of these bands, something that I will say is that I like the way it sounded on record or on CD, and they had good production. For whatever their budget was, I don't know. But it sounded really good. And I really enjoy the vocals. And their songs they're fast, dude. Like sometimes you hear a band and you go like, you ever have somebody that wants to hear like, or you ever been in a mood to where you want to hear something really fast and then you put a record on because you remember it being kind of fast. And then like you listen to it and you go, oh, it's just like a couple of songs. Everything else is kind of mid tempo. Mm-hmm. It's like, you don't get that with this band, dude. Every song is like, it's just like, I mean, it's like, I don't know what the BPMs are and all that shit, but like, it's like super fast music, bro. Like, it's wonderful stuff, man. I love Kill Your Idols.
Yeah, they're good, man. They got signed to Side One Dummy Records in the early 2000s, so they had like a bigger budget back then to do stuff.
Yeah, I guess that might be how I got a hold of those records. Actually, I think I found one of them at Circuit City.
That makes sense. Yeah. So they had more, distribution back then.
Yeah.
In fact, I heard a interview with the vocalist Andy West about the band, the history of the band and stuff, and why they broke up. So they broke up and they got back together in like 2000. They played their last show in 2012. They're like from Long Island, so
So they're not together at all right now, right?
They reformed. I think they're kind of one of those like dormant bands that kind of comes back around every once in a while.
Sporadically does something.
Yeah,
and you're like, damn, I missed that. Like,
yeah, but I think they're all old and stuff, and
yeah.
I think the singer had problems with drugs and that kind of thing too. So the band, because of internal conflict, kind of stopped playing. But they were also like on a high when they quit. They're one of those bands that was like really, really like making big moves. They toured constantly. And then by the time they were actually seeing some kind of success and were about to fucking just take off, they got sick of doing it,
Oh,
it happens all the time,
Yeah.
Because bands get burnt out, they get tired. And you just work that hard and you're never home. And you come back home with no money.
Yeah, that's the one thing that I don't think I would miss. I mean, that I don't think I'm missing out on is like touring is tough, man. It's like it's hard on you emotionally. Well, if that's your number 9, I'll go with my number 9. I don't actually know where this band's from. Let me see here.
Wait, that was your number 9, right?
No, that was my number 10.
Oh, my bad.
And then you said it was on your list, so we went to that for you too. So we're just covering your 10 and then your 9 would be Kill Your Idols, right? Since it's on your list and we already talked about it.
Gotcha.
And then let's see. Where the hell? Okay. Jeez Louise. The internet hates me sometimes. Okay. Oh, they're from New Jersey. I did not realize that. Okay. At least that's what it says on the internet. Okay. So back in the day, I was introduced to a lot of bands through punk rock record labels, through punk rock friends or like hardcore guys that were like, you could just tell they were actually punk rock guys. Like I said, man, our scene kind of was like very much just like smoking coals in a campfire for a while, and it had to be like reignited. But a buddy of mine introduced me to a couple of these bands, and honestly, he was in one of these bands that we're fixing to talk about. But Ensign from New Jersey,
yeah,
dude, I can't remember very many bands that when I heard them, the moment the vocalist came in, I went, yes, I like this. Ensign is probably one of my, dude, I don't know. I don't know much about the band. I just know that I like, they have, let's see, what was the albums that they had that I like? They had the one with the little skull, the casket on the front. Yeah, The Price of Progression. I can't talk tonight. And then Cast the First Stone. Those came out in 99 and 2001. Those are the 2 albums that I really resonated with. Direction of Things to Come, I had that at one point. I don't remember disliking it all, but it didn't make the same impact on me that Cast the First Stone did. And then when I got a hold of The Price of Progression, it just felt like a continuation of the previous album. And they were on Nitro Records, so it was like a 2-pronged reason to like that band. They were on a label that I liked. They were with people that I knew and liked. And then the vocals were amazing. The songs were fast. The production was good. It had a metallic edge to the sound more so than the songwriting. I don't know if that makes sense or not, but the sound has this kind of metallic edge to it that I really liked. And they're another band that has breakdowns, but they're not the super slow, drudgy kind. They're like mid-paced breakdowns for the most part. They have some heavier stuff, but overall, they're a very fast 2-step mid-paced type of hardcore band. But Ensign is a band that I can listen to. The one thing that goes through this entire list is that I can put on an album and I can just play it. I don't have to stop. I don't have to skip it. I don't have to go to make a playlist. I just put the album on, play it, listen to it. That's what all 10 of these bands have in common, is that they've got albums, not just one, that I can just play the whole way through. So Ensign is a band that, like, I may not know a bunch of other band. I didn't even know they were from Jersey. I love that band. Always have. I mean, I've contemplated getting that casket thing tattooed on me, man. Like, that's how much I like that band.
Yeah,
they're
but
I'm a giant poser because I don't know all their song titles and their lyrics. I'm sorry, guys.
Sorry, but you like the way the casket looks, and you like the band.
Do.
That's enough. That's a great pick. That band's solid. I remember liking them a lot too.
I didn't know they were from Jersey.
Yeah, they're a Jersey band for sure.
And they were also on Indecision. You ever remember that record label, Indecision?
I do remember that label. That was all the '90s kind of hardcore stuff.
Right, like super heavy stuff a lot too.
Yeah. Another band that I really.
Are we moving on to another like to your number 8?
Yeah, this is 8.
Okay,
8.
cool.
Sorry.
I'm just making sure I know, so I know what I'm looking at on my list.
Number 8 for me is, I'm just gonna go down this list and keep going. A band that I think is objectively important in terms of their contribution to hardcore and punk, and what they've kind of spawned and done for the genre. Not to mention the whole like youth crew type of style of like straight edge hardcore.
Newfound Glory, I knew it.
Yeah, dude, you called it. I don't even need to talk about it now. Gorilla Biscuits. So,
yeah, buddy.
You know, I think they're part of the conversation for hardcore punk bands that really resonated with me and maybe a lot of people in terms of their impact and their like message and their kind of positive spin on like how to live and be a good person, and making it cool to not do drugs.
Right.
And get drunk and all that shit. So shout out to the straight edge bands, you know, especially the posse ones.
Well,
because of them.
So in my opinion, and again, I'm not an expert on this, so don't get too upset here if I misspeak somehow, is I think they kind of developed a whole nother like style within even clothing, and like to a degree there was already like the cut off camos and New Balance thing was kind of already going on, but they really like brought that to like its own thing, where like gym shorts and like posse haircut. You ever seen a posse top? Like I think all that stuff was derived from Gorilla Biscuits.
Yeah.
Starting. And then you had bands like I know at least I heard anyways that this isn't a band you should like anymore, but that band Champion, all that stuff, and then like bands like Bane, they all kind of had that same sound.
The athletic kind of look.
Yes, like Champion streetwear like was yes, but Gorilla Biscuits is a band that I never really got into a lot, but I liked some of their songs, didn't even realize it. And then when we did the review on that album, I realized, I really enjoy this band. So they wouldn't make my list because it'd be fraudulent for me to put them on there. But like, I really do like that band quite a bit. And they have like a like you said, the message is really good. Where are they from? Are they from New York?
New York, yeah.
That's what I thought. Okay.
I feel like it's punk for guys that like sports.
Oh man, that's exactly what punk rockers don't like about hardcore.
Sporty punk.
I mean, that's what it is. They always say like, "Oh, it's just jocks trying to play punk," and I'm like, "Yeah, I mean, sort of, I guess."
Big deal.
Well, I mean, I get it. Jocks are assholes.
What's wrong with liking sports?
Nothing's wrong with liking sports, but having that be your identity is kind of weird, right? Wait, never mind, because I have an identity too. Mine's pretty dumb.
I was gonna say,
do your thing, jocks, but you're still jocks. You know. All right, weightlifter, calm down.
I know, right? I mean, I'm kind of a jock, bro, in a way.
That's pretty whack. My number 8 is from California, bro. We're going with Cali, dude. Another 90s band. Coincidentally, another band that has something to do with Nitro Records. What band do you think I'm talking about?
Are you asking me what band you think you're talking about?
Yeah, that's what I said.
AFI.
Of course. Yeah, AFI, but I have to say, this stops promptly and very quickly and absolutely at The Art of Drowning. I'm talking about AFI, not AFI. Not Hot Topic AFI, pre-Hot Topic AFI. So everything from 95 all the way up to through The Art of Drowning. And look, I don't actually have a problem with Sing the Sorrow, December Underground, Crash Love, whatever, man. That's fine. Listen to what you want to listen to. I just personally like their first 5 releases. I guess 6, because that EP, I think, is in there somewhere. Right? I think so. Anyways.
Is that the All Hallows Eve EP?
Yeah.
You're talking about?
Yeah, but AFI is one of those bands that was... it's his vocals. Like it's got this like uppity yell thing that he does, and Davey Havoc's probably the best at that.
Yeah.
But they had really catchy songs, really fast stuff. It was relatable. They didn't take it too seriously. I mean, I want to get a mohawk, but my mom won't let me get one. I mean, it's kind of a silly song, right? But good. I don't always want it to be serious. But dude, they were like, this band was definitely, whenever I think hardcore punk, AFI is like some of the first bands I think of because their stuff is so foot in both of those, like so equally in their early career. It was so much punk rock, but it was so much hardcore at the same time. And they were also not afraid to be themselves. And I think that's really nice. I think it's something we should appreciate. And even when they change their sound, I may not like it, but I also think, like, why wouldn't they have done it? They would get stale if they didn't. Like,
totally.
Like, I'm happy for them to have that success. I don't have to go listen to the music, but they're just a great band, and they've had some very iconic live shows. They're friends with people that I love, and they go play shows with Rancid, and Davey Havoc gets up on stage and sings with them, and like, it's just exactly what I want out of a hardcore band. At least, it was up to a certain point,
right?
But and then within the 5 albums that they have that I really love, you get a pretty good variety of sounds. Because you get everything from Answer That and Stay Fashionable. I can't talk today, bro. Answer That and Stay Fashionable and Very Proud of You. Their first 2 records, right? They're pretty much just like super fast hardcore punk. And then when you get to stuff like Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes and The Art of Drowning, you have much more big sounds. They add some little electronic stuff in a couple of their songs. Black Sails in the Sunset, you get a lot more darker tones. You get that EP. It's got the Misfits cover. They start kind of leaning into the horror punk thing. But like within the 5 albums and an EP, you get a lot of different sounds. And all of them are literally classic albums. Like all of them are classics. And that's another band that my boy Jason showed me. And he's influenced my musical tastes a lot, I'm realizing, over the past couple of years, is that one person has really influenced my style a lot. Like I kind of got into what I got into, but then when I had my second wave of influence, which is your like early 20s, it was like 2 people, him and this dude Gabe. They basically just ushered me into this new sound. And but AFI to me will always be like Fishnet, Stockings on His Arms, Devil Lock, Davey Havoc, right? Like not even early, not Pompadour Davey Havoc, but like 98 through 2001 Davey Havoc. That's how I see. When I saw them play live the first time, and somebody told me, like, he'll go out and he'll walk up on the crowd and they'll just hold him up. And I was like, sure. You always hear stuff like that and you go, whatever, man, that's ridiculous. Nobody does that. Well, I'll be damned if he didn't do it. Like, he got out and walked like probably 10 or 12 people deep into the audience, and they just held that dude up, and he sang like probably a verse, maybe a whole verse. Like, it was crazy, bro. Like, for like a good 12 seconds, dude. Like, just it was insane. Like, I just kind of was like, if I had the camera equipment to be documenting things back in the day, we'd have one excellent video. I'll tell you that. But what's your opinion on AFI, or at least early AFI? That's what I'm talking about.
Love them. AFI was super important to me growing up. Like I said, I saw them open up for the Offspring in L7 in 1997.
Let's go.
And that was when Hunter from The Force was playing bass for them. Like, this is in between Jeff Kresge, the original bassist who went to Tiger Army.
Oh, nice.
He went to go play with them. And then they got this guy Hunter, who's in a band called The Force from Berkeley. They're like a hardcore band from the East Bay. And then, I saw them play. I had a choice between getting Answer That, because I only had money for one CD. So I had a choice between getting Answer That and Stay Fashionable or Very Proud of You. I ended up getting Answer That and Stay Fashionable, and I listened the fuck out of that CD. Like, that was a crucial CD for me when I was, in high school. Later on down the road, a friend of mine who's older than me gave me a tape with Very Proud of You on one side and Let's Go on the other side.
Yeah, dude.
And
I'm not mad about that.
That was incredible. I played the fuck out of that tape too. So yeah, I mean, AFI was really, really important to me as a band. And then when I got Shut Your Mouth and Open Your Eyes, I was like, whoa, this is crazy. Like, they got super dark and like just different, and that's when I stopped keeping track of them, really.
Yeah, I mean, it got a little cartoony with the next 2 albums, but I still like them.
they're super dramatic, you know,
Yeah,
and it
yeah.
just became more of a just a different type of band. I mean, I'm sure it was great, and I know it was great. I mean, I don't want to take away anything that AFI did because obviously they're legendary, but yeah, no. To answer your question, very important band for hardcore music, and to me personally. So,
Let's go.
what number was that?
That was my number 8. So you're at number 7, sir.
Número siete. Okay, we're gonna go with drum roll, please. Ooh, I like that. This is tough. Okay, so there's a band that I like a lot called Coke Bust.
Oh yeah. Dang, you like
Coke,
him enough to put him on this list, huh?
yeah. I mean, as far as like, because they kind of introduced me to another style of hardcore that was really aggressive, straight edge hardcore, and it's like the most pissed off,
That's definitely not my style.
thrashy kind of like almost power violence-y straight edge hardcore. And I think because of that band, and I got introduced to them, they were kind of a seminal part of me getting into and like, you know, this whole other style of hardcore music that was like straight edge but just extremely aggressive. You know,
How long have they been around? Not that long.
Coke Bust broke up, but they I think they formed in like 2010, maybe 08,
Really?
and then broke up in like 2013 or 14.
Dang. Dude, I thought they were way more like later than that.
No, they were like mid to like, you know, mid like later 2000s into like the early 2000 teens, if you will.
They were from Washington.
Washington D.C. Yeah, D.C.
That's
band.
cool, man. I don't know much about them. I know I've heard a little bit of their music and I enjoyed it, but I don't know how much. I think they're a little, if I remember correctly, they might be a little too chaotic for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think every time I've requested them or played them for you, you've been like, "That was good. I like that."
Okay.
But their
Yeah,
songs,
okay.
but their songs are like all like 40 seconds long.
I can dig that.
Maybe
I
like
just,
a minute and 10 seconds at most.
I'm putting up the new Alligators album, and it's like 6 songs, 6.5 minutes. It's great.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome, dude. Coke Bus. Let's go.
Coke
All right.
Bus.
So we moving on?
Let's move on.
Okay. So this one may surprise some people.
Oh, here we go.
But they're from Pennsylvania. Does that give you a clue? Some people watching this are definitely going to know what I'm talking about. Or at least I would think so anyways. Maybe not. Maybe not. Wisdom in Chains, dude. I don't usually listen to stuff that has this much metal in it. Like, not even at all.
Mm-hmm.
But dude, this band, excuse me, is literally the perfect blend of thrash metal, hardcore, and punk. You can't blend those sounds better than Wisdom in Chains. I don't give a shit who. I don't care, dude. I've listened to a lot of bands, dude. Never do I have a band that I can't even put them in a spot because I don't know who they go with because they don't go with any other bands. They're just their own thing. And there's a few other bands on here like that. I would honestly say that all the ones that I've brought up thus far are like that. Kill Your Idols. There's not really another band that sounds like Kill Your Idols to me.
No, not at all.
Ensign, AFI, Wisdom in Chains. And I think that's what it is, that I have unique bands that like really make an impact on me. And they're bands that I go out and look for other stuff that's similar to that. So Wisdom in Chains lyrically are one of my favorite bands, like period, doesn't matter what genre, right? Shout out to Mad Joe Black, the singer and lyricist for Wisdom in Chains. Up until recently, I found out. I was flabbergasted when I was doing research for this and found out that Wisdom in Chains has a new 3-song single out with a new singer. And I was like, what? Like it, and it's one of the dudes from Death Before Dishonor, I think. I think it's one of the dudes from Death Before Dishonor. So whatever. All that aside, they have an album called Class War, right? They've also got one called oh shit, what's the first one? Die Young, I think is the first one that I heard. Die Young from 2005 and Class War from 2007. They have a song called We're Not Helping. I think that's the first song I heard from them. And then I also heard what was that other one called? Crap, give me a second here. What was the other song? Let's see. Fighting in the Streets and We're Not Helping. We're Not Helping is the opener for Die Young, and then Fighting in the Streets. And like when I heard this, it's like a 20 song album. And then some of the songs are really, really short, like a minute and 10 seconds, minute, 20 seconds, real short. But then we have a couple that are like 3.5 minutes. They have songs called Smash Your Face. Like if you listen to this dude's lyrics, it sounds like he's from a bad part of town and he's just like some dude that's just fed up with it. Right. And then you find out, oh, he's a black dude. And you're like, oh, that's interesting. There's not a ton of black people in hardcore. At least there wasn't in 2005. From my point of view, my perspective from where I was at, a couple, not a lot. And so I was like, oh man, that's cool, dude. Like I wanted to know more about him. And so just listening to his lyrics, I thought, man, this is like the next evolution of like Blood for Blood. He's pissed off. He's ready to fight. He doesn't have like, there's just like this I don't care attitude about him. But in the same breath, he's like really like wants to be a father, wants to get out of the drug fueled neighborhoods, wants to get out of the gang areas. Like, I don't know. It's just, it really, especially whenever I first got a hold of their music, it was very, very relatable to me. And, when I heard this, there were some other bands that I'll bring up later that I was searching for more music like this. And this kind of fit the mold, it's these like dudes that aren't necessarily like gang members, but they're also not like pushover type dudes. Like that's where I fit in, and that's the people I was running with. And I felt like I knew this guy. And then they had a song called "Chasing the Dragon," and it'll blow your mind, dude. I don't know if you're a fan of Wisdom in Chains, but like I feel like they might not be your cup of tea, but the lyrics that this dude wrote are incredible. I've cried listening to his music. Now some of it was fueled from like just the day I was having, but like, man, and they have some like epic songs, dude. Lots of great guitar work, fantastic sing-alongs, fantastic gang vocals. His voice is perfect for that band. Like I was genuinely sad when I found out that he was no longer with the band and that they were moving on with somebody else. Now I don't have a problem with it because it's their decision to make, but I was like, dang, that's crazy. So I would like to interview their new singer if I get a chance. Anybody sees this that knows that guy, please get me in touch with him. I just wanted to know what it's like to be like, I got to fill those shoes. Mm-hmm. And then before I ask you a couple of questions about Wisdom in Chains, it's weird. I found out that he's got a new project. The singer of Wisdom in Chains called Cool Tone Brown. Like cool, one word, COOL, tone, TONE, Brown. It's like a reggae project, bro. Dude, cool. It is good. Like I listened to some of it and I was like, what? If I heard it, I knew immediately who was singing. I was like, that's crazy.
That's dope. I like that. I don't know anything about this band.
No, dude, no. Man, do you like Blood for Blood?
Not really. No.
Okay, so like this, God, I don't want to be disrespectful at all. So this is not with any disrespect, but this is like if you took Blood for Blood and then you like elevated it. It's got the same kind of pissed off attitude, the same kind of like I don't give a shit.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
But like fancier guitar playing, a little bit better production. I think that he sings really, really well. I don't know about better. I like Rob Lynn's vocals a lot. But lyrically, it's like on par, like, but a little more, like, I don't know, elevated is the only word I can come up with. And I don't mean that. I think that I used to put them on tapes together. It was like Blood for Blood, Pride Kills, Wisdom in Chains, maybe some Ramallah, a couple songs from them, but like it all kind of fit the same mold. And Wisdom in Chains is a band that like I never got to see live, dude, and I'm like super sad.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
And I like that band so much that I wanted to go to fucking Pennsylvania, and I did because I loved whenever Skullfest popped up on my radar,
right?
And they were like, "Oh, it's in Pennsylvania." I was like, "Oh, I love Wisdom in Chains. I got to go out there." Like that was literally what I thought. Like I took a whole trip to this place because I think they might not be from Pittsburgh. They might be from
they're from Eastern Pennsylvania.
Yeah. So, but just the fact that they're like, bro, I love Wisdom in Chains. Like, yeah, they're just like fighting, pissed off East Coast hard, and they love metal, punk, and hard. They like all of it. You can tell it's in all their music. They've got songs that are straight punk songs. They got shit that basically is a metal song and everything in between. It's incredible, and their albums are awesome. They're pieces of art. You got to listen to the whole album.
I'll do that. I'm gonna give him a shake.
Check out Die Young and then listen to Class War because you got to listen to them in that order because Die Young's production isn't as good, but
Okay.
the songwriting is still there. And if you listen to them backwards, you probably won't like Die Young unless you listen to it first. But listen to it first, and just understand when I listen to this, the lyrics are kind of archaic and a little bit like knuckle dragging. Dude, when I listened to this, the place I was at mentally and where I lived physically, I needed this music, man. It really helped me. It helped fuel me.
For sure.
I would walk through the streets listening to this and feeling like I could protect myself. Whereas if I was listening to something that wasn't this angry and wasn't this visceral, maybe I wouldn't have felt that way. So
it gave you what you needed to get through the day, man.
Yeah, dude. Shout out Wisdom and Change. Shout out Mad Joe Black. Cool. And then whatever the new singer, dude. Like, man, I hope he does a good job. That's it.
Hell yeah.
Because Pennywise did this shit and I wasn't feeling it.
I can tell this band means a lot to you, so I'll give him a shake. You know what I mean? Definitely. What was that number? Sorry.
That was number 7. So we're at number 6 for you.
Number 6 for me. I'm gonna go with. This is a band out of New York, another newer band, but one of my favorite hardcore punk bands to listen to when I'm really just like feeling pissed off and angry. They're called Ajax.
Ajax is fire, bro, but I can't believe they're on your top 10 hardcore bands list. That's crazy.
I don't listen to a lot of hardcore, man.
Dude, half the shit you show me is hardcore. What are you
but about? It's like I can't like classify. It's hard for me to make a top 10 list with this kind of music because everything I listen to is noisy and fucking chaotic.
That's a good point. You're not wrong about that.
So it's like, what am I going to do? Like throw like 100 bands on this fucking list?
Oh, dude, I had to. Well, I mean, you saw what I had to do at the beginning of the video. I had to shout out the entirety of Texas hardcore from 2004.
Yeah,
2009.
It's really hard to because, like, I mean, I guess I listen to a lot of hardcore punk, like a lot of hardcore punk. So it's like it's really difficult for me to like pick 10 bands. You know what I'm saying? So I just picked 10 bands.
I just want to say, man, before I even knew you, bro, I was listening to Ajax too. I love that band.
That band. There's, Ajax. It's the guy. Later they became Warthog.
No kidding. I didn't know that.
Yeah, so the singer and some other people, and Warthog is fucking fire too. But
I like Ajax a little better, but Warthog is good.
Yeah, they got a better production and shit. Ajax is just like super raw, angry. It's really crusty at times. It takes a lot of like Scandinavian kind of influences and stuff like that and brings them into the fold. But it's just like visceral, like straight ahead hardcore punk. It's like no frills. There's really no. There's intros. There's not a lot of breakdowns. It's not really breakdowny. It's more like D-beat kind of style. It's like American D-beat, crusty kind of hardcore. Yeah. But it's more traditional kind of 80s style hardcore.
That's what it sounds like to me. It sounds like to me like 80s style, like just straight up like fast core is what we call it down here.
Right, like but
it's funny. Dude, I bet you didn't think we would have much to talk about with Ajax because that's a really small band for us to both really enjoy this much, especially if you put it on a list like this. But like for me to know them and be this excited about it is kind of honestly kind of a long shot.
I know that you like Ajax. You've mentioned them before. Like when
that band rules, man. And I think that when you get those bands that are short, spastic, chaotic, like hardcore bands, they have to have just a little like eyedropper of like melody and catchy, and they do. It's like underlying, it's like underneath everything. If you dig through there's like these little hooks that are just like, it's like, I think it's cleverness more so than like catchy. It's like
it's hooky. Is
that what it is? It hooky? Okay,
yeah,
then it's hooky.
They got hooked because you can like find a part of the song that you're like, we're losing ourselves in the name of nothing. Da-na-na-na, we're losing. So there's like a cadence.
Man, I'm about to listen to this tonight now, dude. I mean, upload this on the channel, bro. This Ajax is fire.
Yeah, they have like 4 7-inches, I think. Maybe like that. It's maybe ridiculous. Like 3, and that's it. And there's
maybe I should make a video of like their discography and just put that all up there.
Someone already did, actually. But you can do it too if you want.
Yeah, I probably will do it too because I don't care. I'll just rock their style. It's all right. I'll just do it anyways.
Yeah. So when it comes to hardcore, I'm really into like no frills kind of style shit. A lot of the time, I like it. I like it really stripped down and raw, not super produced. I don't. That's why it's really hard for me to get into some of the more like metallic kind of hardcore stuff because they're very. The songs are really long. Like,
yeah, you're not wrong.
there's a lot of breakdowns and stuff, which is like, I get bored of the breakdowns.
Me too. So like that's actually something like we like similar stuff. I went with a couple of bands that like are outside the lines for stuff you like, but for the most part, all my stuff is pretty fast. Like when I get down here in the next couple of bands, people are going to be like maybe a little less angry with me, but man, for the most part, man, I like what you like. I like no frills. I don't really care about breakdowns. I prefer like mid-pace two-step breakdowns over the like real chugga ones. Like I prefer like a type breakdown versus like a like I don't have no time. Although there's a band Will to Live that had one that was just like it was straight up like dun 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 dun. It was fucking awesome, and we would go ape shit when we heard it. But
every once in a while,
once in a while, you got one of those songs. It was like da 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 da. It was fucking big crash, like dude. And like you get a couple beers in you. Even though they were straight edge bands that like don't mind if we drink beer and mosh, but like yeah, dude. Oh, bro, wait till you see the video from the other night. I know you'll recognize me, and I was acting a jackass the whole night, bro. I like set the camera up and it was able to go out into the audience. It was fun. I haven't done that in probably 15 years.
I love that.
Yeah, dude. I'm still sore, and that was Saturday. Okay, so that was number 6. So my number six is the band that started it all for me, dude. Literally, this is the first hardcore band that I like listened to it. I loved it. I knew it was a little different. I didn't know it was because it was a hardcore band. I don't think that they necessarily cared about that either. They started a whole other movement. Minor Threat. Minor Threat is my number 6.
I was waiting for them to come up.
Yeah, dude. They honestly, I didn't really know where to put them. I just couldn't put them higher than this, even though they were the ones that started it for me, because the next 5 bands affected me so much. And so, like, we'll talk about it a little bit more in a minute, but like these other bands, they affected me in a completely different way. Like this band opened my mind. Minor Threat opened my mind to like a different style of music and maybe a different lifestyle. But these other bands literally like smacked my face and like changed the direction that my life was going. So Minor Threat was very close to doing that. I love Minor Threat. I like that they have a small discography because every song is good. I like the vocals. I like the production. They're the first band that I ever heard that had like a lo-fi sound that I loved. They're probably the reason that I can even listen to old Misfits songs is because I got there by listening to Minor Threat. So I love that band. I mean, they started straight edge. Like I probably unintentionally started a whole lifestyle. It's one of these bands that I don't know, man. They've got great guitar. Everything just sounds good, man. Like you listen to it. I don't know how you could possibly like, dude, even if you like the heaviest of a heavy hardcore stuff, like if your favorite bands are Knocked Loose and Kublai Khan, Texas, and you tell me you don't like Minor Threat, I need a written explanation as to why.
Both of those bands are so fucking bad.
I don't have an opinion on that. I mean, honestly, I don't really.
I can't stand that Kublai Khan shit. That's the kind of hardcore. Okay, for me personally, I don't want to objectively shit on anything, but that kind of music, I'm just like, what is happening, dude? It's just like the most edgelordy, fucking like unnecessarily aggro.
I mean, they're angry. You're not wrong. That's what that is. That music has a place, man. Like
it does.
I don't listen to it either, man. But like somebody from that scene is going to get all the way over to our scene. That's what I like about it. Plus, it's a little more accessible. It's closer to metal. Like it's whatever, man. I'm not tripping on that band, dude. They're all right. But they have some. The guy's had. I think he's been through some shit. As far as I can tell.
That's fair. That's fair.
Also, I like that he wears like Carhartt and cowboy boots on stage because I'm from Texas, and that's just kind of like what people around here wear.
That's right.
And I'm just like, well, at least he's not faking the funk, bro. Like I know that dude's about that life. So like, look, not my style of music,
right?
But dudes are cool, man. Knocked Loose guys are probably super cool too. And
I feel
I'm sure those guys wouldn't want to listen to Rancid all day. So, maybe they would. I don't know, but like I can't imagine that band's super into East Bay ska punk, But yeah, Minor Threat really did. It created a mold, and it really helped me get into intelligent lyrics at a time where I was not lacking in choices, but maybe desire to go and discover those choices. And Minor Threat had intelligent lyrics. And at that point, I'm listening to mostly just pissed off, angry, like rah, 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 fuck you lyrics. Whereas Minor Threat made you think about like, okay, yeah, I'm pissed, but like, why?
Right.
Yeah, why am I mad? So I really have to credit them with making me want to go and put in the work, and like discover more bands. And I mean, I got into some Discord bands because of them, and I've never been the biggest fan of Black Flag, but I love the
Discord bands did you get into, by the way? You said
whatever was on their comps, dude. Like I don't know, man. I'm not an expert on Discord.
Like, I'm just saying, because a lot of stuff on Discord is not your cup of tea, man.
Let me pull it up. I'll tell you. Hold on. It's been a while, so I'm gonna make myself look foolish here, but
like Fugazi and Rites of Spring and shit like that.
I know you know the answer to that's no. Maybe it was just that 4-way split that I was really into.
Mm-hmm.
That was on Discord, wasn't it? Like Teen Idols and Okay, so that's more or less what I'm talking about.
Okay.
That and then everything that Minor Threat did, really. I mean, I don't like Rites of Spring. I don't like Fugazi. Although I will say this, I think I'm at the point now where I'm going to go back and retry Fugazi. I've just heard about them so much at this point to where I'm like, there's no chance that I don't like Husker Du. I don't like Fugazi. I don't like any of them, dude. They've got to have one of those bands.
There's some stuff that Fugazi did that I think you'll like.
Okay.
Most of the early stuff is probably closer to like, I mean, it's all Ian MacKaye, right? I mean, but like,
didn't he basically invent emo? I'm kidding, dude. Somebody's gonna take me seriously for that. I'm kidding.
That's really funny. No, I mean,
I'm genuinely kidding. If you say he did do that, I don't believe you. But like,
we can do another video on the fucking history of fucking emo music if you want.
I mean, you'll have to lead that one. I don't know much about emo at all. Other than
I will. I know a lot about that shit. So, anyway, that's Minor Threat. Obviously, is a fucking extremely important band. You can't mention hardcore punk without talking about them. So,
dude, my favorite album of all time has like a Minor Threat homage cover. Like,
Out Come the Wolves.
Yeah. So like, I mean, like, there is no way that I can't like not get into that album. There's like, It would be weird. Like, Lars Frederiksen, I'm gonna go, why? What's your beef with Minor Threat? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, there's just some things that are strange. Although, I'm not a big fan of. So this is gonna get me in some hot water probably, but like, dude, I just can't do Bad Brains, bro. I think the conclusion that I've come to is that if I was around when they were playing live, I would have loved that band, but I wasn't. So I didn't get to see them play live. And all I ever got to do was listen to their albums. And then I got the wrong album for their first album for me. I got Rock for Light, which was apparently not the right choice. I don't know. I just bought it because it was available.
I love that album.
I do not. But like, I just don't dig the band. And I don't understand why people are so upset by that. People are going to get pissed that I even brought it up. But like, some guy got so mad because I said that I didn't think HR's vocals were that good. And he's like, yeah, he did. He has amazing vocals. You couldn't do what he's doing. And I'm like, no, I wouldn't even attempt it. I don't like the vocal style. Like, but as I've gone on for like years at this point, there's much more music by them that I like now than I did a couple years ago. I don't know that I'll ever get to the point to where I like them a lot, but I like more of their stuff now than I used to. But for me, the band from that era, from that time, is Minor Threat. I think Minor Threat was probably influenced by Bad Brains. No, which one came first? Bad Brains, right?
Bad Brains came first.
Yeah. So Minor Threat was influenced by them, which is why I always think of them together. Kind of, I do. I think of Bad Brains, Minor Threat, and Black Flag all kind of in Circle Jerks, kind of all as like one group. Even Adolescents, kind of like the only one I really really loved was Minor Threat, and then I like Circle Jerks quite a bit too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, are they on your list, or are you just saying that you
Circle Jerks? No, they're not on my list. They're not that high on my list. They're just a band that I think of when I think of Minor Threat. I think of Circle Jerks as well. Now the rest of my list is ridiculous. If I'm looking at it, I'm just shaking my head.
The rest of my list is ridiculous too. I'm saving the best for last, though. Don't worry.
Yeah. Okay. Well, what's your number 5, dude? I'm probably getting by this point in the video. People have either stopped watching or just flamed me like endlessly, which I'm excited to read your comments to learn how bad I am at this and how wrong I am.
Me too. I mean, fuck. What do I know about any of this shit? You know what I mean? Like,
Dude, I love it that this.
Dude, you're always the target of all the roastings. It's fucking hilarious. Yeah. Even though like I have like fucking 50% of the conversation, no one ever fucking clowns on me. Like, clown on me, man.
Dude, you know what's funny is it's like I don't even get the credit for being like open-minded because they think I'm not because they don't really listen. But
like, I could be the one that's wrong and to still blame you for it.
Dude, so yeah, you know what's funny though is most of the people that are in the comments talking crap, I've realized, are like they have no clue who I am and what I'm about because they don't pay any attention. But they don't do anything. Like those people aren't the people that are out running zines, doing channels, having a label, playing in bands, going to shows, filming something. That's not the guys talking crap to me. So that's why I quit caring, is I realized that that's not people that I even care about their opinion. Like a guy the other day ran his mouth about the conflict video, still getting crap about that. And I was like,
again?
Yeah, dude. God. I'm like, man, I was like, do you realize that you're mad about me doing a podcast on conflict when that's not what we did? We did a review on an album. It was a last minute change. It was out of respect. We've had glowing review for it because we're not like the biggest fans that we don't know everything about them. Like we're assholes. Like that's crazy to me. And I said straight up, I was like, dude, people like you make me not want to like the band. So like, good job making that band now as important to more people. Like good. Yeah. Good for you. Yeah. Go ahead and gatekeep them. That's fine. I don't care. Like at the end of the day, man, like I'm going to keep making videos. I'm going to keep growing the community and you're going to sit behind your desk and be mad at me, probably with your tiny little dick in your hand, looking at pictures of some really inappropriate shit on your computer. So whatever, man. Fucking nerds.
I saw the comment. Wow. Okay, dude. Like, what's the point? Like, why?
I don't know. It's weird, isn't it?
Like, for what reason? To make you feel good for going on the internet and talking shit?
Do they really? I think they really get a little bit of like.
I don't really get it.
I think people like that get like their satisfaction with making me feel bad or us feel bad or whatever, like whoever they're talking to. Because dude, I'm not gonna act like it doesn't affect me at all. I don't necessarily care, but it does affect me a little bit.
They just want to be mean.
Yeah,
like it's like let's be fucking mean today.
Yeah, it is what it is, man. Conflict is what it is. Conflict is all right, man. I like the band pretty good, man. But like, dude, their audience makes me want to hate them.
76 comments on that video.
That's crazy, dude. Good for us, man.
I mean, all right, good for us. Yeah, all right.
What's number
5? I'm gonna go with. There's a band that everyone knows called Negative Approach.
I was waiting for that one.
How can we have the conversation about hardcore without talking about fucking Negative Approach? I got
we can personally.
Yeah, we can. I saw them at Punk Rock Bowling at a club show in like 2015.
Dang, that's crazy.
Or something. Yeah. I mean, I only went to one Punk Rock Bowling, and the guitar player had his back turned to the audience the whole time, like he was playing into the amp the entire time.
So weird.
Yeah, they're odd dudes, and John Brandon is the most pissed off, fucking like salty looking motherfucker you'll ever see, dude. The guy just looks like unapproachable, and they're just up there, and he just is like spewing venom all over everybody, you know. And I've never seen a bunch of old guys play more pissed off music in my entire life, and it was amazing. I got in the pit for him, and I was like, "This band is so fucking cool," and you know, I mean, I think I was.
That's what it is, dude. They are so fucking cool.
They're just a cool ass band. Negative Approach is fucking cool.
Dude, there's been a lot of bands in Houston that you can tell, like, oh, they like Negative Approach.
Yeah.
like a lot.
They're so angry sounding. It's crazy.
Dude, shout out Piss Test Fuck You. That band was awesome.
Really?
Short-lived band, but dude, like
that's a great band.
Like Negative Approach worship for sure.
Yeah.
So Negative Approach is one of those bands that like I wanted to put on my list, but it would be fraud. Like it's not like I like Negative Approach a lot. Like I recognize their greatness. I really enjoy their music a lot. But like if I saw them play live, I would only know like maybe 3 or 4 songs like that I could sing along with. So I like them a lot. Like I genuinely like I fuck with them. Every time I've ever had them on the channel, I'm like, yeah, dude, this is awesome. Like, but I only own like one of their albums. I think it might even be a 7-inch. And like I don't, you know, never seen them play live, but I really enjoy them. So I couldn't put them on the list because it would just be not real. Because honestly, AFI was more important to me than Negative Approach. But But I understand that band,
That's
and I was
cool.
waiting for you to bring them up because I wanted to champion your pick and go, yes, that's awesome. It's weird, dude. My next pick is actually also from Detroit. What are the odds, huh? Do you not know what band I'm talking about?
No, Suicide Machines?
No, we're talking about hardcore bands.
Detroit. Oh, I do. Don't fucking tell me. I know who it is.
Daddy, I love you.
Hold on one second.
I got you.
While you're thinking.
Yeah,
Well, that was adorable. He just wanted to tell me he loved me.
that's very cute. Cold as life.
No, dude, ICP, bro.
Fuck you. I'm right. It's cold as life.
No, it's not. They're not from Detroit, dude. I was just being stupid. I was trying to figure out where Negative Approach was from, and I was like, oh, Detroit. And I was like, oh, like ICP. And I was just thinking, like, that would be a hilarious pick to put on this list, ICP.
It is. So it's not cold as life?
No, my number 5 is not from Detroit. They're from Boston.
Never mind. Forget it.
Boston. So what do you think? Okay.
Blood for blood, man. What the fuck?
Yeah. It may as well be Cold as Life, dude.
Who else could it be?
Dude, yeah, Blood for Blood, sir.
All right. I hear you.
So Blood for Blood's one of those bands that, like, I heard it and I literally told my buddies, like, oh, if this is what hardcore is, I like it. Like, I'm in, dude. Like, I still need to get a Blood for Blood tattoo. I will at some point in my life. They're one of those bands that, like, made you proud to be poor and white. Like, you're like, okay, it's not so bad to be poor and white. Like, I can be like this. Like, all those, like, other bands that had their, like, weird ethnic poor guy thing. Like, I go, oh, we can all be friends now because, like, I'm also poor, shitty white guy. Like, I get it now. Like, I don't know if get it now is the right way. I felt like I had my own.
I get it now.
Like, you know, like, I had my representation is my point. Like, you had a guy that was like,
I remember the white trash anthem, right?
Or, yeah, where he's like, he's like, you know, I'm white trash. I never had enough money or enough privilege to be white. And I'm like, yes, I so understand that. Like, to a degree that people that have any kind of money at all don't, like, as an example, my wife doesn't understand that. I do. You know, we come from different places, and that's okay. But Blood for Blood spoke to me, man. And I saw them play one time. It was a club called Fitzgerald's in Houston. When I tell you that I've never been afraid of a pit before until that night, I was terrified. Dude, I was like, I don't want to do this, but I have to.
All the angry broke white guys were fucking out in full force, man.
Everywhere, dude.
That's scary.
And I'm not
There's nothing scarier than a group of angry white men.
Hey, dude, I'm 5'8". Okay, I'm not a big man. When I tell you I got tossed around in that pit, bro, like a fucking hacky sack, dude. It was like the best part is that at that point in my life, I was staying with my boy Gabe Wells, and he was in a band called. He was actually the singer of Piss Test Fuck You. He sang for a band called Pride Kills, and I was staying with him, and I was asleep, and then at 3 a.m, so I went home. I had to work the next day, so I saw the show, and I booked it to the house, and I'm laying on the couch, and I get this like liquid hit me in the face, and I didn't open my eyes yet, and I went, dude, if somebody's pissing on me, I'm stabbing somebody tonight. And I opened one of my eyes, and it was Rob Lynn pouring beer on my head, going, Randall, get up, man, wake up, man. And I was like, Rob, what do you want? Like, I've known him enough, dude. I just put out a record for his brother, bro. Like, it's weird. I wish I could get him on the show.
Do you guys still talk?
No, I haven't talked to him in ages, man. Like, I would love to. Last time I saw him, he remembered me, and we walked around and talked for like an hour, dude. So, like, cool. All I care about is that he was really nice. He remembered me when we saw. Actually, for my 23rd birthday, he got me like really, really trashed in Austin. Ramallah played with the Unseen, and he was like, I know you, Houston. And he's like, Gabe Wells' house, and I was like, yeah. And then he's like, I think he said my name. He's like, is your name Robert? And I was like, no, Randall. He's like, Randall. And then we talked, and he was super nice, man. He bought me a bunch of screwdrivers with like cheap well vodka. It was great. Oh, it was horrible actually, but it was fun.
Wait, he bought you screwdrivers, bro?
Yeah, like vodka and orange juice. But yeah, Blood for Blood's one of those bands that like.
Sorry.
My man's running a dish pit back there. But like, yeah, dude, I don't know. They're so Boston that, like, if you listen to them long enough, you'll start talking with like a Southie accent, and you'll start committing crimes, breaking into cars, burglarizing people's homes. Like, you'll fucking all of a sudden you'll start also wearing more green. You'll be a fan of the Boston Celtics. Like, it'll be weird, man. Like, your hair will get darker brown, maybe a little bit of red, start curling. You'll start really, really appreciating potatoes. Like, it's weird, man. Like, it's a weird band. But yeah, I love Blood for Blood. They had that, what is it? Is it Serenity? That EP they did? Anyways, that EP is it's weird because I hate EPs for the most part, or at least I did. I don't anymore. But that EP had like some of their best stuff and simultaneously some shit I was like, why'd they put this out? But like, they were really good at covering like 50s doo-wop and rock songs. Blood for Blood's amazing, man. The crowd for that show was absolutely bananas. And I got to hang out with Rob after the fact. It's just one of those things that's a story that really, it's like one of those things that for my life, that's one of the like little pins in my lifeline. Oh, that was a really great night. Boop. I remember that. I'll never forget about that, man. It was a lot of fun. A lot of fun. Very dangerous. There was a lot of fighting at that show. A lot of fighting.
I can see that.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun. And like, shout out to those guys for kicking Buddha out of the band when they found out he was up to some nonsense, bro. He was up to some bullshit, and they were like, all right, dude, see ya, peace. And then Rob just announced that they had finished like a new album, like a few months ago. So like, I'm looking forward to that.
Hell yeah. I mean, I had a feeling Blood for Blood would be on your list.
Oh,
man.
dude, yeah, that fits my mold too well. I am a piece of white trash.
I mean, I remember when that shit came out, there's like that white trash anthem song. This is for the da-da-da-da-da. I'm like, damn, dude. I'm looking in the bushes. I see fucking all these white dudes popping up. Like, that's me, motherfucker. Bro,
when I first heard him go, white trash, hardcore, rock and roll, fuck you. I was like, oh, dude, I just ejaculated. Like,
that music emboldened a bunch of fucking shitty behavior.
Yeah, in all fairness, bro, it's like simultaneously amazing and then not very positive.
Yeah, I mean, just like the kind of stuff that came out of that, but it's not their fault.
Oh, dude, it created a whole genre of like I hate you music. Like
they're just doing their thing. Yeah.
Like,
but,
dude, well, I literally I'll like spit my last breath. White trash anthem. Like these, dude. The stuff they would say on those records was just, he was so angry. Like you gotta think like, what's that guy's life like when he was a young kid, dude? It must have been tough. Like,
yeah, I mean, he's
not that mine was a cakewalk, but like it was, but yeah, Blood for Blood gave me a purpose, dude. It made me feel like I had my representation finally. I said it wrong earlier. I had my representation finally. I was like, oh, look, dude, all these other cultures and communities have their representation within these bands.
Right.
And like, Texas really gravitated towards two sounds, Cleveland and Boston. If it was Cleveland or Boston, we fucked with it. And Blood for Blood was probably the one that bro, there's a lot of Texas people with Blood for Blood tattoos on them. I tell you that much. All right, dude. You got one more before we do honorable mentions. What you got for number 4?
What do you mean I got one more?
You got one more before we do honorable mentions. You do 4, then you do honorable mentions, then you do 3, 2, 1.
Oh, so the top 3 is okay. Got
it.
Well, so this band started out as a hardcore band, and then
became a ska band,
and then they became one of the like forefathers of like fucking alternative rock somehow, some way, arguably. But one of my favorite bands are called Husker Du.
Oh.
I had to do it, man.
You put them in.
Yeah, dude, they were a hardcore band. Listen to those first 2 records. Listen to the first record.
I couldn't.
Listen to Land Speed record. That
album's not good, man.
It's objectively a noisy hardcore record. Objective, like there's no two ways about it. And honestly, that band, like sonically, fucking.
All right, anybody that's still putting up with our bullshit, what do you think about Husker Du being called a hardcore band? Like, I could barely put up with you calling them a punk band.
They were a hardcore band at one point. I'm not saying they don't even exist. They haven't existed since 1987. So they're not even a band anymore.
I mean, I've met Bob Mould. He exists, okay?
He's cool, right?
He was nice, yeah.
Yeah.
All I could think about the whole time I was talking to him for the whole 5 seconds was, boy, I hope you don't ever stumble across the stuff I said about your band.
I'm sure he's heard it before.
I'm sure. I mean, I'm certainly not as cool as he is, so, well, you know.
Nah, whatever.
Dude, he was very, very nice. Very nice, man. I was honestly like, dude, I wish I liked his music more. Like, and that'll make you like a band more too when you meet the people in it and they're nice. They're not assholes.
Yeah, he's good people. Like, Husker Du's like first, I mean, again, they're important to me because they hit me at the right time in life. Zen Arcade is just like a testament to like experimental, chaotic, fucking noisy punk. And, that band set the blueprint for me in a lot of ways in terms of like what I like. I mean, at the time I was introduced to them, I was taking a lot of acid. So it's like, I'm like, yo, this music is like hitting a little different right now because it's like their albums are extremely fucking sonically like a mind fuck.
Dude, plot twist, you were on acid. That wasn't Husker Du. It was a different band. The whole time you thought you were listening to Husker Du. It was actually just Weezer.
Yeah. If only Weezer sounded like Husker Du. No, I mean, and those first three albums, Land Speed Record, Everything Falls Apart, Metal Circus, Zen Arcade, like that. The first like four, that block of albums is like, it's like unfuckwithable, dude. So
I still one day will go back and try it again. I give you enough crap that I know I understand like their place. I mean, I went and made a punk rock review shirt.
You did. You gave him homage, man. Dude, have people actually bought them? Like, do people buy those shirts?
Yeah, I already have pictures with people wearing them.
That's hilarious, dude.
Rusty was wearing one today.
That's so funny. He hates Husker Du.
Yeah, but he loves my channel.
That's like the irony.
Shout out Rusty.
Shout out Rusty.
Rusty's my dog, man.
For wearing the Husker Du shirt. Yeah. So.
No, dude, like that's the thing is like both of my shirts that I made recently are both like one's a band I don't like and one's an album I don't like. But that's kind of the funny part about it is I'll just because it's not really a big deal. Like it's just a band and it's just an album. Like who cares what I think? I don't even care what I think. Like whatever. All right. My number 4. Before we talk about our honorable mentions, because I got a couple I want to talk about.
All right.
My number 4, speaking of Cleveland, is Integrity because
of course
they're probably the most metallic band that I like. But if you listen to their music, you can hear punk rock riffs all throughout every album that they've ever put out that I've heard. I know they've got a couple things that I hear are pretty weird, like Integrity 2000, but like especially let's see, Humanity is the Devil. To Die For is my favorite album by them, but I also think that might be one of those 10 out of 10 like no skip records that
To Die For is the one that came out in 2003, right? With the skull.
Yeah. That was the first album that came out when I was a fan of them. But before like Systems Overload is probably my favorite actually. No. To Die For is my favorite. Let's see.
Have you heard the one that came out in like 97? I think it's called Seasons in the Abyss or something.
Seasons in the Size of Days. Yeah.
That's the one. Yeah. Seasons in the Abyss.
That's the Slayer. That's Slayer, isn't it?
Tripping. It is. You're right.
Integrity is one of those bands that like when I heard them, I mean, I've had Dwit on the channel, dude. I love Integrity. I'm gonna go fly out to your city to go see them play. Like
that dude's a weird cat.
He's an interesting fellow, man. That's for sure. I gotta say though, I gotta appreciate the fact that he took the time out to talk to me, man.
Yeah.
When he did, I only had a couple thousand subscribers, so like I was in a much smaller channel back then.
Sure.
Really nice of him to come talk to me, but yeah, dude. Like when I heard them play, let's see. I think I might have listened to Systems Overload was the first Integrity that I heard, and the same guy that got me into AFI and Ensign is the guy that got me into Integrity. That guy Jason I was talking about, and he just liked fast, like heavy music. Like he was into like Crowbar and all that shit too. Like he goes much more into metal than I ever will. But he goes like, hey man, I know you're not really into metal, but this is like he called it metalcore. The first time I ever heard the word metalcore was Jason talking about Integrity. He's like, it's like this metalcore band. And I was like, what is metalcore? He goes, well, I know you like Shadows Fall, but imagine if they were like a little more punk. And I was like, oh, okay. He goes, that's Integrity. And I was like, oh, I'm very interested in this. And I don't even know how I got a hold of Shadows Fall. But he played it. Honestly, it was probably Jason, actually. But he played Systems Overload. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, this shit is awesome. It was dark. It was angry. It was like brutally nihilistic. Like it was just like, ugh, like ugh. And then I heard Ringworm and was like, I want to fight people. Like I just want to punch people in the face. Shout out to a band called The Burden from Houston. That's Ryan from Liberty and Justice's hardcore band. Dwid's done vocals on one of their songs. Like they heavily are influenced heavily by Integrity. And then you have well, I don't want to say too much because it'll spoil something. You know what? I'll bring this up in the next after we talk about our honorable mentions. But what is your opinion on Integrity?
Love them. They're great.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm a little surprised.
I mean, they're a band for me that they do the metallic hardcore thing the best.
I think so too.
No one else does it better than Integrity does it. I'm sorry.
No, I agree with that.
So, I mean,
Maybe
that's like,
Poison Idea.
but that's even a different type of metallic hardcore. Like,
True.
I mean, I would probably put them in the same camp in a lot of ways as Integrity, but Poison Idea is definitely more on the punk side.
Yes, they're like a punker version of Integrity.
Yeah, but and they're a little bit more humorous than Integrity.
That's true. That's true. I would like to have a band that was like a combination of those two bands.
Oh, that'd be crazy. Yeah.
But I feel like you could make that happen, and it would sound like give me like Integrity style songwriting with Poison Ideas production. Like it's a little dirtier, grosser. Like bro, let's start a band, bro.
I mean, I'm down. I would do it.
If I lived anywhere closer to you than Houston, I would start a band with you immediately.
Just have to find some people to play metallic hardcore, and I'd have to get a double bass pedal and all that shit.
No, we could just do like a Rancid worship band. I'm good. Like,
make it a lot easier.
Dude, if I started a band right now, it would sound like Rancid. Like,
oh, for real?
Yeah, bro. Because they have so many sounds that I would just be like, no, it's easy. Let's just play what they play. Like, I'm just gonna. It would just be like a rock and roll band. Honestly, dude, if I started a band right now, it would probably sound like One Man Army.
Oh, okay.
Like if I actually started a band right now, like
so, like you'd like want to sing and shit.
That's all. I would write some of the music, but I ain't playing it live.
No. What I mean is like you'd actually like not scream, but
it would. Okay, so my vocals would probably sound more like.
Do you know how to sing? You got a good voice.
A little bit. It wouldn't be like Jax because his vocals are phenomenal. I couldn't even sniff that, but like
he's a good singer.
I would probably do more like it'd be more like a Swinging Utters and like U.S. Bombs.
Okay, so
singing, but like what sounds like I got
gruff
in my throat. Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Hell yeah. I do that.
But yeah. Anyways, yeah. So let's talk about a couple of honorable mentions because there's a few bands that I just wanted to like mention because I love them and they just weren't quite at the point to being on my top 10. And one of them we just talked about. One of them is Poison Idea.
I mean, that's my number one band. But go ahead.
Yeah, and I knew it was. I knew it was. The reason they didn't make my top 10 is because when we did our review on them, I had listened to them quite a bit and I had liked them. But I didn't remember how good they were because they never stayed in rotation for me. So like I could have acknowledged that they were a great band, but I couldn't have told you anything else about them. So rediscovering them with you was like almost like eye-opening again. Like I was like rebaptized into that life, you know, and I just wanted to make sure and say that I appreciate that band a lot. And I'll say these other ones real quick and I'll let you tell me yours. Bane is another band that like I just didn't get into till way, way, way after everybody else. And so, but they're really good. I love Bane. Descendants, another band that I just didn't get into until way too late. So I can't put them on my list because it wouldn't make sense. The two bands that it was really hard to not put them in my top 10, there's two of them. One is Death Before Dishonor. Because out of all like the bro-y hardcore stuff with like the heavier guitar riffs and the heavier breakdowns, they're probably like top 2 or 3 all time for me. I love that band. They're such nice dudes. Now they're tough guys. They're scary ass dudes if you're not on their team. But I was always on the home team. So like when they came through, like I got to hang out with them. They were always super, super nice people. And then Brian came and did the show. Like they just had a new record drop recently. Dude, Death Before Dishonor is an awesome band. And it was really, really, honestly, I almost put them as a tie at number 10 with Kill Your Idols. But the one band that nobody is expecting me to say is Casey Jones. I fucking love Casey Jones. That band was so good, dude. They had, I think, 2 albums that I had, and they were like straight edge, like uber militant straight edge, and I was like, yeah, dude, like getting wasted listening to him was awesome. Singing about straight edge stuff, drinking beers and smoking crack was fun.
So ironic. It's a cognitive dissonance.
That's what happens when you listen to Blood for Blood. Like,
Weird.
you also
That
like,
band's not straight edge though. Blood for Blood is definitely.
no, that's what I'm saying. Like that kind of guy is listening to Casey Jones by accident. I was much more of the Blood for Blood type.
I feel like it's so ironic because
I love
a lot
it.
of
Casey Jones is so good, bro.
I remember that band actually.
Dude, they have like really great groovy two-step breakdowns. Casey Jones is the shit, bro. I need to do a whole video on that band, bro. That band is awesome.
Isn't Casey Jones the guy from Ninja Turtles?
Oh, that's where the name comes from. Yeah, hell yeah, dude. Beer.
They named themselves after a character from Ninja Turtles. That's fucking wild, man. That's crazy.
That's awesome, bro. The dude's got a hockey mask and will beat you up. He's got long hair.
Pretty sick. I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, what are your honorable mentions, hombre?
Dude, I don't fucking have any, man.
No, it's all right. My list was like 4-7 bands long. I had to whittle it down.
This is a tough one for me because I don't really know.
Okay, well then let's do this. Let's just jump to your number 3, and then we'll do my number 3, and then we'll do your number 2, and then we'll do another number 2, and then we'll talk more about Poison Idea.
I mean, I talked about Poison Idea already. That was my one of my bands, right?
Yeah, but you didn't really talk about them. You just said that's my number 1, and I went, yeah,
okay,
I know.
Fine.
So what's your number 3? Yeah, what's your number 3?
Number 3, there's a band. The guy got canceled recently, which fucking blows. They were supposed to play at Gilman, and the show was sold out, and they had to fucking cancel the show.
What was this?
The dude from Infest.
Oh, I didn't know he got canceled. I don't know much about Infest.
Assault stuff, you know.
Oh man,
being like shitty to women, and a creep.
So what happened with Champion? Because that's another band that I think
I don't know.
Canceled. So I had the same kind of thing about Champion. I love that band, and then I was talking about him one day, and somebody goes, "Oh no, you can't like Champion no more, bro. Dude got canceled. He was a creepo or something." Like, so like I used to love that band. That album, Promises Kept. Ironic title, I know. Man, I had a lot of nights sitting in the back of a car with my friends, listening to that by myself on my headphones on my iPod, while everybody else was listening to whatever bullshit music they were listening to. I was in the back, like fucking jamming out to Champion.
What were they listening to?
Lady Gaga.
What?
Yeah.
Your friends in the back of a car. You're listening to.
No, I was in the back of the car. They were driving.
Were these like a bunch of girls you're hanging out with?
Yeah.
Okay, got it. Okay, that makes sense.
I like vagina.
I understand.
Yeah, dude.
But not the music. You're just like, nah, hey.
No, in all seriousness,
I'm gonna put on this Champion real quick.
If I had to be real honest, dude, I fuck with Lady Gaga heavy, dude. Her music is so good, and she's a weird chick, which I think is fun.
I think she's authentic. I think she's cool.
Infest. What is that? Let me look up their stuff. I know I've heard Infest.
Got me into power violence music.
Okay, so they're that kind of band. Okay, yeah.
Like power violence. They're dope. Check them out. I think you'd enjoy them. I mean, putting aside the cancellation, if you just put on the record,
it's gonna be hard for me to listen to them now, knowing that. If I'm honest,
the album "No Man's Slave." I mean, just look at the album cover for that fucking record. Jesus.
Let's see.
It's like
if I'm gonna listen to them, I may as well still listen to Anti-Flag, and I'm not doing that.
Anti-Flag sucked anyway, though.
Look, man, I'm not going to argue with you about this because, like,
all right, that's fine.
That band was like important to me in ways that I can't. I take it real personally what he did, man. Because
I know, man. That's not cool. That's
I was talking about the other day at my shop, man. It like not only did he like ruin some women's lives and do unspeakable gross shit, but like all these people that really were affected by his music in a positive way, and it felt like I got kicked in my nuts and stabbed in my back at the same time.
It's a big betrayal for sure.
Dude, it's so crazy, man. Anyways, but yeah, so like I understand like hearing that stuff and being like, but I have a hard time separating the art from the artist. I know some people don't. That's fine. You do whatever you want.
No, that's crazy, bro. You listen to Anti-Flag after that. That's nuts, dude. No one should be listening to Anti-Flag after that.
I don't do. I have had people come in my store and ask me for their albums. I tell them what happened, and they go, "Oh, well, can you get one for me?" And I said, "No, I don't sell his records or their records in my store anymore." And they literally like I've been given shit exactly twice. I'm not gonna say it happens all the time, but it's happened to me twice.
That's wild, bro. That's
twice,
like,
dude.
People still want.
Bro, you're not gonna believe this. One of them was a girl. A woman. A woman asked me for Anti-Flag. I told her why I don't sell them, and she's still wanted me to order it. And then I said, I don't want to. And she didn't give me crap the first time the guy did, but she audibly sighed, rolled her eyes, and walked out of my store. I've had women defend him in my store, dude. Go, and look, man.
That's wild.
They are not wrong that we weren't there, but context clues are a thing, and he's given us plenty of those, namely by leaving the country.
Right.
If you were 100% innocent, you wouldn't have done that.
He's not owning up to anything.
That's so crazy.
I also read somewhere that he had to pay like a couple $1 million to Christina Cerati or something.
That's what happens when you act an ass, man. You do disgusting shit. You should pay it to. I mean, he should be in jail, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
And look, dude, I'm not some do-gooder either, man. If you make a mistake in your life and you can own up to it and apologize and change and not behave that way anymore, I think everybody deserves a second chance most of the time. But when you do that kind of stuff and then you can't even be a man enough to go, hey, look, I need some help. I'm a sick person. It ain't about trying to get back in everybody's good graces. It's about fixing yourself.
Yeah.
Because you're going to have to live with that shit. Not me, you. So if you can't even come out and go talk to your family and go, hey, can y'all help me, please? I need some help. You just bail on your family and all, you ruin your whole band's lives. Now people think that the band was complicit. I don't believe that.
That's like sociopathic behavior. Right. I mean, really. If you don't have any fucking remorse for shit, that's wild, bro.
It is wild, isn't it? And yeah, it's a whole conversation, man. But
anyway.
Yeah. You want to know my number 3?
Yeah, I do.
LVHC.
Las Vegas hardcore.
Hell yeah, man. Folsom, dude. That's my number 3. Folsom, number 3.
I did not see that coming.
Bro, when I tell you that I fuck with Folsom, bro, I would listen. I've probably put in almost as many hours on Folsom as I have AFI, Ensign, and Kill Your Idols combined. I played, and also the best performance I've ever personally put on at a show was when we opened for Folsom in Austin at Red 7, and I jumped off of a full stack bass cabinet and fucked my shit up landing on this big ass piece of wood. I stage dove, belly flopped onto a thing that was hard. I was wasted, bro. I used to wild out, dude. The thing is that nobody that we talk to now knows this about me because none of them were around back then. But I used to be a wild dude, bro. I would do insane shit. Just the other night, I was out there at 43 with bad knees and a bad back, shoving people around, kicking shit around, jumping, running in circles for 2.5 songs. I was dying, bro. It was my chest hurt, bro. I couldn't hardly breathe. But I used to be wild, man. When I ran into Stu years, Stu's the singer. He did the singer of Spirit World is the same guy from Folsom.
That's the dude, huh?
Yeah. That's why I know who Spirit World is because of Folsom.
That's interesting. That band, yeah, someone played it for me one time. I'm like, oh, this is interesting.
Yeah, it's hip hop hardcore, but still punk. I don't really get it. They cover Merle Haggard songs. It's just he's dude, I swear to God, Stu's from Texas, bro. It feels like he's a Texan. But that band was just one of those bands. When I heard it, it made sense to me, man. And they don't have a lot of material out there. I think I should probably upload some of it to my channel because it's really good. But it's another band that was really important to Texas. And they affected me a lot, man. He covered Merle Haggard, bro. How can you not like that? I don't see how anybody, at least from my part of the world, where I'm from, dude, we listen to Merle Haggard, man. I'm sorry, but I like Willie Nelson. I like Johnny, for real. I fucking listen to George Strait, bro. I'm from Texas. I can't help it. It just is what it is.
It's good shit, man.
But Folsom is yeah, bro, they're so good, man. I love that band. One of the most aggravating things that I think about, right now I'm pissed off because I'm thinking about all the shit I lost in Hurricane Harvey. One of the things that I'm the most upset about was this Folsom shirt that I'll never be able to replace. It just said Folsom with their logo, and then it said, I think it said straight from the city of sin underneath it. And it was just a very plain black tee, red print, and I love that shirt, man. But shout out Folsom, dude. Them boys was out there wilding out. Dude, I slept on the floor at my boy's house. Actually, the guy who my son's named after, I slept on the floor at his house, and I was laying on the floor, and Stu from Folsom was laying here, and we were talking all night, dude, smoking cigarettes and doing powder and shit, just hanging out and just getting fucked up, doing scumbag shit. Next day, we drove back to Houston. Yeah, man. I got a lot of good memories, a lot of stupid shit. A lot of drinking and drugs and stuff, but it was fun, man. None of it was ever done out of desperation. It was all done out of just like partying. And I saw him play a bunch of times, and dude, they were so good live.
Having fun with the boys, man.
Bro, Stu is like, imagine if Milo from The Descendants wore like Dickie shorts and like an oversized t-shirt. Honestly, Stu from Folsom, he had the same kind of glasses and shit, bro. I always thought it was funny because he kind of looked like, yeah, dude, wow, he's like the hardcore Milo. That's funny. Except he's like not into like science and shit. Like I don't know. It makes sense in my head. But Folsom's awesome. If you're out there and you like Folsom, you're awesome too. And if you're from the band Folsom, thank you for the music. I appreciate it. Yeah, what's your number 3, man? Number 2.
Okay. I'll take a look at the list here. Do I have a number 2?
I mean, I hope it was a top 10 list. Or how are you so unprepared for shit like this?
I don't know. It's been a week, man. I'm sorry.
This is true.
Okay. It's a band from a band that originally from Memphis that moved to Portland, and kind of spawned like 3 really, like in the family tree, spawned 3 really important bands.
Okay.
Out of that, can you take a
I
guess?
have no idea.
Come on, man.
You said Memphis. The only band I know from Memphis is Clench Fist.
They're originally from Tennessee. They moved to Oregon.
Oregon? I don't know.
And they set up shop in Oregon, and the members all went into like really cool, fucking awesome bands.
I'm gonna feel stupid when you tell me who it is.
Tragedy, man.
Oh, I didn't know they were from Memphis. I thought they were from Portland.
They're originally from Tennessee.
Oh, okay.
So the 2 brothers, Burdett, Paul and Todd Burdett.
Bro, man, you know what?
They moved to Oregon, and then then you got like, and then the guys from Ashes Rise followed them. And then they were all obviously they were in His Hero Is Gone too.
Well, dude, all 3 of those bands should be on my list. Then I didn't even think we were including those kind of bands. They're just a punk band to me.
That's hardcore. Fucking, what's the difference?
Guess.
It's hardcore, man.
I'm not gonna argue, dude. John from Empire Down will agree with you. He loves Tragedy. Dude, Tragedy's awesome. I love that band.
You gotta talk about Tragedy.
No, melodic, dude, Tragedy's the shit. Like Tragedy,
meal crust.
Tragedy like opened my eyes to a lot of stuff that I probably would have never liked if it wasn't for Tragedy. That's another band that there was like these eras in Houston. There was the like the Blood for Blood Integrity era, and then like a few years later there was the Tragedy era down here where we were all into Tragedy and DB.
All the crusty stuff.
Yeah. We got it's like all of us like graduated as we were like in our early 20s. It was like Blood for Blood and Integrity, and then we got a little older and a little like dirtier and scummier, and we were like, oh, we want to listen to nothing but like this dark sounding like fucking we're fucking brooding. Like I even wrote a song. I have a song that I can let you hear that I sang on, and Ryan from Liberty Justice did guest vocals, and it sounds like a Tragedy song. I wrote the whole song. I wrote the rhythm. I wrote all the lyrics. Bro, I can't believe I can let you hear this. Holy shit! I gotta get this on my computer. It's a dark song too, man. Holy crap. It's about doing heroin.
I want to hear it.
Yeah, dude. I'm going to put out my old band's EP.
What's the band called again?
It was called Crow's Feet, and then we called it Framed after that. So I don't know what I'll have to call it. I might have to call it. I think by the time we got it like out, it was called Framed. Actually, the EP was called Framed. It was called Hope for the Best, Prepare for the Worst. Actually, there's a funny story behind that name too. We were trying to come up with a name for the EP, and we couldn't. And I threw out the name Hope for the Best, Prepare for the Worst. And they were all like, yeah, I kind of like that's a little long though. And I understand that. We went to eat Chinese food, and I swear on everything that I've ever said in my life that I opened up my fortune cookie and it literally said hope for the best, but prepare for the worst. And I slid it across the table, and we were like, well, that's the name. You're muted, brother.
God damn it. All right. Yeah.
Yeah,
Sorry.
dude. So that happened in real life. And then like,
crazy.
Yeah, dude. And like, there's tapes floating around of that EP somewhere. People have some.
I want to hear it.
I was a junkie back then, so all I have is like a beat up CDR copy of it. But I'll have to re-release it. Like, dude, if you look up the people that were in my band, you would be shocked. And I ruined it because like it was Dude, Ryan from Liberty and Justice was our bass player for a while. Pete Sosa played drums, but he was also the drummer for Roger Merritt and the Disasters. He did Street Dogs. He played drums for those guys. And then Halston Luna was our guitar player, our lead guitar player. And like, dude, the shit that kid does, man. Like, I had fantastic musicians with me, and I ruined it because I was a junky idiot.
It happens, man.
It does. But Tragedy is amazing. They inspired me to write a lot of songs that were dark and about heroin.
Yeah. His Hero's Gone is cool too. I like
them a lot. I need to listen to them more. I've got a lot less experience listening to His Hero's Gone, but I do have some of their CDs.
Their songs are like a lot shorter than Tragedy's songs.
Yes, I remember that. I also remember that band called Wolfpack.
Yeah,
Wolfpack
they're from Sweden. Yeah, that's like Swedish stuff.
No, I think Wolf Brigade's from Sweden.
Same band.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Did you ever hear that band I Am Wolf that I had from Houston?
No, that's a funny name though.
Dude, it's amazing. I used to have the only time I've ever stenciled a jacket was an I Am Wolf jacket.
That's funny.
Dude, I love that band. I Am Wolf. That was a band that was around the time we were listening to all that Tragedy shit.
Okay.
Again, Ryan from Liberty and Justice, he's in every fucking band.
I feel like there was an era in like 2010 that all that crusty fucking neo crust was popular.
Oh yeah. Dude, Tragedy's amazing.
Like 15 years ago or something.
I like From Ashes Rise is probably my favorite though.
But the guy from Tragedy, yeah, Tragedy's good. That's more like produced and polished.
I just like the vocals better. They're like a higher pitch vocal.
Yeah. Yeah. But
Nightmares is an amazing record, bro.
It's good. It's really good.
Dude, Tragedy, man. That I didn't expect to hear from you. That's the shit.
I had to throw in Tragedy. Yeah.
All right. Well, we know what your number one is, so let me just drop in my number two and my number one because we're almost at 2 hours here, and we'll get out of here. My number two is probably going to surprise some people because I always say that they have my favorite hardcore record, and they do. My number two is Terror.
Okay.
I think
for them to come up.
I think that Terror. Whenever I think of like what is the perfect hardcore band, I often think Terror. People may not agree with that. That's fine. But like they have everything that I want out of a hardcore band. They got like some tough guy aesthetics and stuff, but they're also really nice. Scott's a super nice dude. But they've got enough punk in their riffs to still be kind of punk and DIY, but they're heavy enough to be like a little bit on the metallic side. But they got breakdowns, but they got a lot of two-step parts. Like everything, their songs are super short and not 5 minutes long. Dude, Lowest of the Low is the best hardcore record. I don't care, dude. Like I'm not gonna argue people about it. It's so fucking good, dude. Like, man, the thing is like I think that's where I have to go. Okay, maybe it's a little different than a Kill Your Idols or a Poison Idea, even though I generally put those all in the same category. But that record is exactly what I think of when I think hardcore. I think Lowest of the Low. Like every second of that album is perfect. You ever listen to that record?
I have at one point. I mean, of course, dude. Everyone was playing Terror at some time, dude. You know, Terror was one of the biggest hardcore bands at one point. You know,
still is, I think, probably, right?
Yeah, I mean, you can't really. I mean, a lot of with the whole like new school of hardcore. Buried Alive was the band that he was in before Terror, right?
Yeah, I don't like them as much as Terror, but I do like them.
So
they're from New York. Terror's from LA. It's weird.
Yeah, upstate New York.
But Buffalo, I think. Yeah,
Buffalo. I think he might have moved to LA later on and then formed Terror, you know. But sorry, I'm fucking spacing. Cool. Am I going to my last one now?
Well, hold on.
My bad.
Lowest of the Low is my favorite Terror album, but they've got like nothing but bangers, dude. Like every album that they've got is just like it's good. Like, hold on 1 second. They had an album come out that I think it was Keepers of the Faith that like shocked me at how good it was. Yeah, Keepers of the Faith, man. Like I quit listening to music for a while because I was just a junkie and I just wasn't doing anything worth a shit, right? And so I listened to, let's see, it was Lowest of the Low, and then I think it was One with the Underdogs, I think, came out after that. Let's see, Lowest of the Low. Yeah, One with the Underdogs. I love that album. And then Always the Hard Way, I was like kind of like not really into. It was good, but I was just getting a little too heavy for me.
Yeah.
And then they did what is it? The Damned to the Shamed. And I don't even remember listening to that album. And then I got a hold of Keepers of the Faith, and I was like, oh shit, they're back. So, anyways, I just wanted to make a point to say, like, Terror throughout their entire history has had solid albums, and they've got a couple of the absolute best from that era. With Lowest of the Low, I think is iconic, but One with the Underdogs, I think, is an incredible record as well. So, anyways, yeah, let's talk about Poison Idea for a minute.
They're okay. Poison Idea is probably the best hardcore punk band of all time, in my opinion.
I don't even know that I would disagree with that. I think I like other bands a little bit more, but I don't know that I would say. I don't. But if you take our top two from each of us, there's 4 bands and there's 4 very distinct sounds. We'll get into that again in a minute.
But yeah. So Poison Idea, I mean, it's just the way they put songs together, like they're like visceral, kind of like seething anger that just like was like venom coming out of Jerry A's like mouth, and just Pig Champion's guitar, the way the drummer fucking played the rhythm section. War All the Time, their 1987 record, is just like a front to back banger. It's just like, it's everything that I could possibly want in a hardcore punk album, you know.
They shred too.
They're shredders, man. You know, like they're just such a good fucking band. You know, they're just like, they just execute like flawlessly, and musicianship is like top notch. They just like write really, really good fucking punk songs. I don't know what to say. You know, I don't really have.
Hey Parker, stop, dude! This kid's over here just yelling. I'm gonna fight you, Ninja. He wants to ninja fight me.
Oh,
No, I meant ninja for real, not some derogatory word.
I was like, damn, bro. What's
No. He wants to. You want a ninja fight later? Hey, come say hi to Nitty. Here, put your watch down, buddy. Come say hi to Nitty. Yeah, dude, Poison Idea is awesome, man. That band shreds. And like earlier, I wanted to say, I wanted to make a point and talk about them because I love that band. I just don't have as much experience with them as you do. But like, you really got me to open my. You got me to devote some time to them, which is hard for me to get to do.
What's up, little man? Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Hey, can you say oi oi oi?
Oh yeah.
Oh, now you don't. Now you want to get silly. He just wants to giggle and show off.
Yeah, if you ask him to do, he's not going to do it.
I know.
What they doing?
What you doing? You like potato salad?
He's like, does it taste like a Pop-Tart? Then no.
No, it's not a Pop-Tart.
What they-
Your dad's keeping me up late tonight.
Yeah. All right. Go sit down, crazy. Say bye, Nitty.
Bye.
Bye, Parker. Look at you giggling.
Dude, he's like, it's only
Give him
midnight.
a
Dude, I'm
He's
so.
got energy. He's got energy.
He's like, all right, sit down, crazy kid. What are you doing back there? I see you being sketchy.
He's
All
got
right.
energy.
Poison Idea rules. Let's wrap this video up. My number one. Can you guess what my number one is?
Number one hardcore band of all time?
Yeah, for me.
Agnostic Front.
No, you were never going to guess it because it's Pride Kills.
It's not Agnostic Front? Damn.
No, it's Pride Kills, dude. No, dude, like look, Agnostic Front is actually the one that I was like feeling like there's something I forgot. And like 3 minutes ago, I realized it was Agnostic Front. So my apologies to everybody in that band. But because my whole life I've always thought of them as just a punk band. So like, I just, I don't even categorize them as a hardcore band, but they very clearly are. Pride Kills is my number one hardcore band. And the reason for that is because they're the reason I even listened to hardcore. Gabe Wells was their singer, and I went to high school with him. And one day I was standing in a cul-de-sac of a house that I lived in. He lived 2 houses down, right? And he comes outside and he goes, "Hey, you still listen to punk and shit, right?" And I'm like, "Yeah." And he's like, "Yo, I got a new band." He's like, "But it's not really like punk. He's like, "It's still punk, but it's like hardcore punk." And I was like, "All right." And he's like, "Here's my demo." And he's like, "Check it out, man." And I just happened to have my car like on, like running.
Okay.
So I like ran over and threw it in the CD player. And the very first riff that came on to this day is still my favorite guitar riff of all time. It changed the way I thought about music in like 4 seconds, dude. Like the riff came on and I was like, what is this? And I mean, if anybody has the Pride Kills Life of Hate CD, hit play. That first song, I will do stupid shit when it comes on. And it's dude, the first words, Pride Kills 2003. I'm like, that's how old this shit is, dude. Like, it's the most important hardcore record to me because it changed the way I listened to music. It changed the bands I liked. It got me into a crew that I didn't know I wanted to be a part of. It introduced me to people that I didn't know I was going to love for the rest of my life. Like, dude, without that band, I wouldn't know who Terror was. I wouldn't listen to Folsom. I wouldn't know Integrity. I probably wouldn't know Blood for Blood. I wouldn't know Wisdom in Chains. I wouldn't know Ensign, and I wouldn't know Kill Your Idols. All of that shit is because of that one band. So I would still know AFI. I would still know Minor Threat. All the other bands on my list, I wouldn't know any of them. So, like, that's a big deal.
Yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, I can see that why that band's so important.
Yeah, and like their EP and they have like an EP and 2 7-inches. I also did guest vocals on their full length, which is cool. I don't want people to think that that's why I like that band so much, but I did walk in there on a bender and do a one take and walk out the door type shit. It was hard, bro. And the song is about me, which is even cooler. It's about a fist fight we got into.
Damn.
But, yeah, the song's called "Think Before You Speak."
A few moments later.
Yeah, like they got stomped out, and they got sent to Dallas. I think, as a matter of fact, when they went to Dallas, they didn't even nobody let them play because we told them like, yo, these dudes are doing this shit, and they basically got like nixed out of Dallas, couldn't go to play Dallas. Like, yeah, and so they wrote a song about it. Like, it's called "Think Before You Speak." Listen to the words; it's hilarious.
It was about an instance that you were involved with, huh?
The incident was me. Yes, I that's why I was the guest vocalist on that song.
It's fucking dope.
Because like I genuinely was embarrassed by my behavior after I found out what happened. So I took it. I didn't get asked to go talk to this guy. Their people didn't come ask me to go. I went over there and said, "Hey man, I apologize. I shouldn't have said that shit. I'm kind of drunk. I'm just being stupid. Like we were just drunk being rowdy, right?"
Mm-hmm.
I think he was probably just walking somewhere. He didn't know nobody in that city. It could have just been like squashed, and then I would have been the asshole. But it turns out he's the asshole because he accepts the apology and then gets on stage and runs his mouth and then gets the shit kicked out of him. Like, you know, it is what it is, man. Dorks. Pride Kills rules. They fucking, dude, the best hardcore shows that I've ever been to in my life, Pride Kills played. Straight up. Like, they were gang, like, pile-ons and shit. Like, dude, there'd be nights where there was like 15 people at the venue and Pride Kills would play and we would just destroy the place. Like, it was amazing. Like, I remember one night we played at this place called the Meridian. And, hold on. Sorry. Okay. We played at this place called the Meridian. I can't remember who the headlining band was, but this band called Your Mistake played. And then after them was Pride Kills. And both of those bands, like Your Mistake is like what's that band from, maybe from Boston, the hockey puck dudes, the Slapshot. Yes. Your Mistake was like a real heavy Slapshot inspired band. And Pride Kills is just, you know, they're just nuts, bro. I need to let you hear this music. Send you copies of this music. You have a tape player still? No, I was gonna make you an awesome tape, but it's all right. That's
why I never enter the raffles for these tapes and fucking shit, man.
Oh, okay, that makes sense. So at these clubs in Houston, they used to serve beer in bottles. They don't anymore because of what we used to do. We would get these trash cans full of beer bottles and we would throw them into the crowd. Like, crowds of people would just get rained with like beer bottles that were, you know, 80% empty. And then we would grab beer bottles and put our thumbs on the tops of them and we would mosh with beer bottles in our hands. So like you hear the band playing and you hear like pink and then some dude would just fall on the floor. And you're like, oh shit, grab him. Shout out Mike Finger if you're watching this, Mike Finger. We got Paul Nasty, B Rich, Mike Finger, all the homies, dude. I fucking love my people, man. Texas is amazing. Pride Kills the shit, you know.
Shout out Texas, shout out Pride Kills.
Shout out to fucking Rowdy Behavior. I'll just say it like that. Shout out to Rowdy Behavior. Shout out to Poison Idea. Shout out to Blood for Blood. Wow, dude, where's your glow sticks at, hombre? Why did I know you could do something like that?
Check it out. You can't do that shit.
Oh,
you can't do that
shit. Dude. Oh man, I'm trying to keep my mouth shut and not get myself canceled.
We used to rave that. I'm trying to get you canceled. Hey,
I know.
If you made it 2 hours and 7 fucking minutes into the video, cancel this motherfucker.
For what?
I don't know. They'll find a reason.
This is true. This is true. Somebody told me like that's when you know you made it when you get canceled. I was like, that sounds honestly kind of true. All right, everybody, we're out of here, man. I'll come up with a topic, dude. I'll shoot you a text, man. It's late for me too, man. It's 12:30, dude. I'm
2 hours
exhausted.
you got me on this motherfucking computer, bro.
I know. We'll
Jesus
be done.
Christ.
Next time we'll keep it to an hour again.
Please.
Next time we'll do top 5 of whatever we come up with.
Yo,
So
top 10. That's unnecessarily long, bro. It's too much. Bro.
it's fun, man. We had a good time.
Yeah, it was good. It was good.
We're gonna get so flamed in the comments. It's gonna be hilarious.
I don't give a fuck.
Oh, dude, I'm gonna argue with them. I want more comments. Like,
while you're flaming me, just imagine me opening my fucking puckered butthole in your face, bro.
Dude, I bet it's hairy.
Nah, it's not.
You shave that shit? Nasty.
I get a Brazilian wax.
Let's go, dude. So one time, check this out. So one time, I was with this girl, right, and she was like, if you had to be like objective and honest about it, she was probably like a 9. Dude, she was she was so far out of my league that it was I didn't really understand what I was doing with her, right? But she was like talking about wanting to hit that balloon knot, bro, with her mouth, you know? And she's like, you just gotta shave it all, blah blah blah. And so my dumb ass went to the store and I bought some Nair. Do not get Nair in your butthole and do not get Nair on your pee hole. It is Nair. Good thing is about it, bro. It is not good, dude. It burned for like hours and hours, dude.
In your pee hole? Fuck,
dude, it was an accident, bro. I was like hopping around because I got it in my butthole, and then it got in my dick hole because my dick was swinging around, and it got all, you know, you had shit. It ended up on my legs. It was just a fucking mess, bro. I had like patchy bald spots on my thighs.
That's fucked up.
Bro, you know, one time I took this girl to the sex shop. Yo, shout out to 2006 Houston Metro bus having just that snail trail all down them seats, bro. Man, hey, I used to. Dude, I got
in the bus though.
It was all
bus.
It was all brightly lit too, man. It was, dude. I set up doing coke one night and realized I had to go to work the next day, and I rode a BMX bike like 5 miles to a park and ride. And then rode a bus for over an hour to get to my store. I had to go open up, and then my nose started bleeding in front of my district manager.
My man fucking riding the bus, riding a BMX bike, pulling dimes. Get out of here, bro.
Bro, I used to be wild, dude. Like I'm a very boring person these days.
Yeah,
but
that's what happens, man. You know what I mean?
Hey, you know, somebody asked me the other day, they said, hey, you remember that video Bum Fights? And I just thought, like, I gotta find one of those.
That shit was so fucked up. That shit was so fucked up. I never liked that shit. That's fucking wrong, bro. Dog, when it came to that, I was like, yo, this is kind of fucked up. I just knew it's fucked up. Yo, you go to like these people that don't have shit, and you're like, hey, fucking here's $20 and beat the fuck out of each other. Come on, man. That's fucking wrong, dude.
Dude, so I mean,
that's rotten, dude. That's bad. That's bad behavior, bro. Those guys are pieces of shit.
I have taken shoes off my feet and sold it for crack rocks. So yeah, I've been there, man. Like, I'm only laughing because, like,
desperation, man. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah. I mean,
it's not cool to play on someone's.
I don't know, like but yeah, dude. Let's end the podcast on that.
The last fucking 5 minutes was the fucking most out of pocket shit ever.
Hey, dude, let's start a 2-piece like techno punk band called Piss Breath.
I'm down,
dude. I'll write lyrics and scream into a microphone for that. What's up, puppy dog? Hey, only Parker.
Man, too.
Parker. Look at this puppy. Look at this puppy. Is that cute?
Yeah, I want a puppy like that.
Did you hear him?
Yeah, he wants a puppy like that.
He's like, I want a puppy like that. That's a little white puppy. It's cute, huh?
Yeah.
You hold him upside down, too. You fucking do whatever to this guy.
What's up, little dude? Pedro's like the opposite of that. He's dark and fat and chunky.
Yeah, he probably can't hold him like that.
Bro, I can barely pick the dog up. He's so heavy.
Daddy,
what, baby?
I'll tell him come up and he said this.
What you tell? He's talking to you. I don't know what he's saying. All right, brother. Hey, everybody! If you made it this far, my apologies for wasting 2 hours of your time talking about hardcore bands that don't have breakdowns.
Yeah, and then whatever you got at the end of the video,
bro. I'm gonna have to edit some of that out. I think.
I mean, that's on you, man. All right,
Piss Breath, dude. Let's go. 2026 coming to a town near you.
Watch out for our EP next on 31 Records, bro.
Hey, It'll be, hey, we could call it EP, but spell EP with E.P.E.E. Dude, we have to make this happen somehow.
I get it.
And I will put it out.
All right, then. I'm
On a piss yellow 7-inch.
Peace. Later. I'm leaving now.